Toycat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. If you're somehow not already familiar, this is a LongBoi. This is called that because it's a plush, a very lovable, soft plush, but it's a very, very long one to say the least. He's also very cute and modelled after something you might be familiar with if you know this channel. It has all of the details you would expect. They're all very handily made too, like this lovely little tail and like the adorable eyes and even the red little the bow tie, the sorts of dumb things that you wouldn't think about but you might appreciate. And because this is the second edition, this was so popular the first time round we did this, and we actually decided to make a second edition. This has never happened before in Makeship's history, but we are doing a rewind event, and so you can get your hands on a LongBoi by going to the link down below. And I figured we would do another pay-to-win stream for this, and so here is my Minecraft village. It's been called some different things throughout the years. I think the F word we used to describe it is not appropriate to use on YouTube anymore. You know, the Hungarian or Italian from 1940s village is very, very lovely and very handy for all my villager trading needs. However, it has one problem. All the villagers sleep out in the open. This was deliberate for flag reasons back in 2020, but I'm going to be honest with you, this village could do with a bit of an update. I want to keep that old village charm. I want to keep as many of these old buildings as I can, but at the same time, I feel like, I feel like it should be said, we can do a little bit better. And so at the start of this stream, we have, is that the right direction? Sorry, I'm the worst for this. Over there, yeah, I got the right direction. We have 153 LongBois currently sold, and every time we sell another one, I'm going to build a house for a villager. I have a lot of villagers who currently live in questionable conditions, you know, let's be honest. They are slaves to the machine, but they don't have to be slaves to the machine. That's something that we can be working on, and so it's something we will be working on. But first, / at the same time, I also feel like we need to expand the village to have room for any. So here's the goal, chat. If we get to you can see just underneath the right side there, it says 76% funded. If we get to 200, that guarantees that they are in production. If we don't hit 200, then, you know, everyone gets a refund. It's all wonderful. It's all great. But at 200, we guarantee we have enough to, you know, because this is a very, very hard to produce thing. They are all created to order, and so we need to hit 200 sold to actually have them go out there. And so that is the name of the game on today's stream. Can we sell 200 LongBois? My LongBoi would be happy if we did. And so yeah, obviously there are commercial reasons as to doing this too, as with every pay-to-win stream, you know, but I think in the case of this one, it's also great for everyone who currently has a LongBoi. So, first things first, we're going to expand the village a little bit. I think we're going to make this a little bit wider here. We might keep the old wall and just kind of expand this way a bit, but my goal is to make the village a little bit wider, so let's go like 4 blocks this way. I feel like we should go 3 blocks, actually, because this is always 3 blocks wide. It just goes up a bit here, so I figured this would be a good midpoint. All we have to do is move this, like, 1 block and remove that block there, and now we don't need to make this 4 wide. So let's just do it, actually. Let's move this inwards, and then let's call this the expanded part of the village where we can build additional housing if we really want to. So, yeah, sending a, buy LongBois, I don't want a refund. That's right. It's, I feel like it's one of those cool things. It's one of those cool campaigns for that reason. But it does have to be said, that is the other side of things. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move these oak. Oh, there's already space for them there. We're going to move these over there. Oh, we have just sold our first LongBoi. I need a bell to ring or something for this, but we have just sold a LongBoi, everybody. What exciting news that is. So now I'm going to immediately leave my post here. As nice as this is, as wonderful as this is sadly just my secondary position while I work on building a brand new house. So I feel like we can make I feel like one of the first things I actually want to do, I know I said I want to preserve some parts of this village. I feel like this house right here is just in an inefficient location. So I brought myself my quirky block box, one of my favorite things. I think it removes the name every time I replace it, right? Actually, no, that's not true because of the thing. But, so I've got all of my quirky blocks with me, and I also have, handily enough, I've got 1 crafting table. I also then can use this to craft things like mangrove planks. So, yeah, I am going to go ahead, and I'm going to make some mangrove. Actually, yeah, let's mix up this first house a little bit. I know this is a bit of a strange way to start. Actually, yeah, we'll come back to this one later. We'll make a new version of this build first. Let's use some, not acacia wood, but instead some mangrove wood. And let's mix that with some mangrove planks to build a 2023 version, or 2022 version, of a 2014 structure. I think that, well, I guess really like 20, it might be 2013. It's a very, very old structure. Let's build another version of it right next to itself, just for fun here, shall we? So, yeah, this is, I feel like a good place to start, because I always want to be clear that my, my creative, energy is much better used at, like, remixing things that already exist. I know some people, they love to, you know, when it comes to building, they've got so many trillions of ideas in their heads. And I always like to see, in practice, things that exist but different much more than I like seeing brand new things. It's a weird, I know that's not an everyone thing, but it is where I kind of stand on this sort of stuff. And so our first house for LongBoi number 154 is going to be right over here. And what a lovely house it's going to be too. I like this one, that's for sure. I kind of regret not bringing more blocks with me. My quirky block box is surprisingly running low. I could do some mud bricks and stuff like that. But yeah, our first house is going to be fairly simple. Just like this. It's good to go. Gravel is the best block ever, says Random Star Wars. Enjoy it. What a crazy opinion to have. Whoa! 2 more sold! Wow! At the same time. I'm guessing someone bought 2 LongBois. That is unexpected, gotta say. But not unworkable. So we're gonna have to build 2 new houses at the same time. I feel like if the 2 people bought the LongBois at the same time, the only logical way to react to that is to, obviously, is to build a couple of double houses, right? So let's go ahead and let's make this over here. And, by the way, just to make this, just so everyone knows, like, because unlike, usually when we do pay-to-win streams, we know exactly who bought it. We can have some memorial, or, you know, something like that. But in the case of this one, we can't do any of that because we don't, you know, unless you choose to make your info public on Makeship, I don't know your username or anything. And so instead, we're going to make some lovely signs out of wood. That seems good to me. So we'll make 2 sets of 3 signs. So what is that? 6 signs? No, I did the maths wrong on that one. That is, yeah, 6 signs. There we go. And this will be 154. Which is just, we'll put it on the insides here somewhere. I don't know where somewhere will be, but right there, 154. And now we've locked it down. It's a very lovely little house we've made here. We might have to up the pace quite substantially. But isn't it looking lovely, chat? So yeah, I did conclude that houses are a big thing to have to build. But then I thought, you know what? Worst case, if that's what it takes to... Okay, 157 sold. Ooh, okay. This is great. So... This is my completed now, I think we can say. This is my lovely and completed house number... Oh, I guess we'll just, yeah, we'll do that, then remove it. This is completed house number 154. Now we're going to work on 155 and 156. We're going to go to sleep first, of course. I think these next houses should be in the new area of the village, perhaps. I'm going to start lying and taking credit. Everyone, you know, if you want to, you can just say anything. And so, yeah, this is a bit of a different stream that way. Oh. Something is wrong with this. I don't know what it is. Chat, can you tell me what it is? Oh, I made it too big. It's not meant to be that wide. Oh, that's terrible. That's fine. Someone gets to have a little bit more space in their house. Yeah, it's weird making a house too big. But they're meant to be 2x2 blocks. There is one which isn't, so we'll just say we were trying to make that. Yep, that's what we'll do. As with all good mistakes, you got to say about how it's really an intentional decision. Next up, we're going to make a house inside of these barracks over here. I feel like there's a perfect space for a house just underneath here, where we've got some we've got a lowered ceiling already, and I feel like this is going to be a lovely house that we're going to make into. We'll use some acacia doors because we're using those mostly everywhere else. So 1, 2, 3. And use that to make 6 doors. And actually, we'll block up a lot of this. We'll make sure that this one is clearly a home of its own nature. We can do that by making sure that the doors to the right and left are actually kind of filled in. So then we can have a miniature house for this villager right over here. What a lovely home he gets to live in now. Just a little cozy place under the stairs. This will be 157. 155 and 156 have to go together. By the way, I figured this would be so easy to keep track of, and then I decided to do slightly confusing things, but 157 gets to live over here. What a lovely LongBoi that is. 158 already come in, though. Okay. Build a massive LongBoi in your Let's Play world, says CC2510. That'd be the perfect house, wouldn't it? You know, the LongBoi is the only real boy in the world. Fun fact. So yeah, I forgot how understocked my quirky block box was, which is fine. So let's instead build a couple of houses next to each other now. So I think what I want to do is I want to refurbish this house over here, chat. I have a big staircase running between these two buildings, and I have this, which is just kind of like sitting awkwardly underused. I feel like we could turn this into what Americans call a duplex. So we, you know, actually, yeah, let's do a home renovation show, chat. So we'll call this, just to make sure we don't lose track. This is 155 and 156. 155 and 156. Or maybe you should put them like one side of the wall, one other side. But yeah, basically you can see there's real good bones on this house. We've just got to be able to work out a way to equitably divide it between the two sides. Also, what is this? I have my questions. So yeah, the plan here is we're going to make this just a little bit, you know, a little bit more livable. Allow for some extra space to be made by deliberately turning this side with its lovely thing into a whole second house. This is called upzoning if you live in the US, where zoning regulations are king. And as you can see, now we have this wonderful house over here. And on this side of the wall is going to be an entirely different house. Obviously, this means that the back garden is now belonging to one side over the other. But there's one rather lovely unit here and one less than lovely unit over there. But that's the next door neighbor's problems, not ours. Actually, let's go ahead and let's use these smooth stone slabs for something. So we'll place a new little kitchen, like over there and over here. Yep, looks great. And then let's place a floor back down, maybe? Yeah, I feel like that's something we're gonna have to do. All the way including over here. See, we've got multiple living zones in here, chat. And then we're gonna use some of these stone blocks to make something in the roof. One of the things that bugs me is the zero depth corners on a lot of builds. What do you mean by zero depth corners? I would love to take your feedback into consideration as we design in the future. And there we go. Now we can see even between the two houses. All we need is for both sides to have... Oh, look, this side has a sofa. See, this is a studio apartment here, chat. Wait. Let's make it much more studio apartment-esque. Let's grab one of these beds. Let's grab the ones that are by the bell, because this is kind of like messing up the whole system. Let's grab the red bed for one side and the green bed for the other side, which we'll have to drop the shovel for, because my inventory management game is just not very good today. So, yeah, look how wonderful this is. Red bed on one side. They can sleep over here. We could do multiple rooms for this house, actually. Yeah, more rooms would be lovely. And on this side, they'll have a green bed. I mean, really, this should be a sofa bed, if you ask me, but it's okay that it's not. We'll make it a long sofa with the bed going over there. Wonderful. So there are now just 39 LongBois to go until we're funded. And we've built 157, which means we have 4 houses we have to build. Wow, I feel like I'm a charity building houses for all these homeless villagers. And so, where should we build our next house, chat? It's a good question, to be totally honest. And I feel like this row right here is... No, actually, I think I need easy access to and from the village via this. So I should remove these doors, first of all, like, get rid of this as a concept. And then I should also start unloading some unwanted blocks in here. So, mangrove, you're going in. Sand, you're going in. Dirt, I don't know why you were in me in the first place. But that should clear things up a little bit. So now we remove both doors. And now it looks like I can make a jungle build if I want to. So I'm going to try this one again. I'm going to try this again, but opposite this, with a different type of wood. What type of woods do I have on me? I've got oak, but that's kind of boring. We'll go for dark oak, I think. Let's make a dark oak house, but I only have 23 logs, so 4, 16. Ooh, we're gonna use up most of the logs on this, but it's gonna be great. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Have to remember that it is that wide. Minecraft houses are very tiny. Villagers do not have enough living space, in my opinion. But, you know, that's okay. They choose to live here. And then we just need to use some planks for the rest of this. I think I might be all out of planks. Okay, let's try at least for the front door here, right? So we need 1, 2, 3, 4 to go around the door. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll place one of the jungle doors in here just because we've got it spare anyway. And then we'll place oak houses for the rest. Oak wood for the rest. This is going to be a bit of an abomination, I think. It's going to be the worst. It's going to be the best type of abomination, though. Also, make a mansion for me, says Rebecca White. What size would you like your mansion, milady? I am obviously going to... You know, what is the smallest size you can make a mansion, chat? I feel like it's not defined by size, right? Like the very concept of Mook Mansion, to me implies that you can have a cookie cutter mansion, and that therefore there is some standard you can meet that makes you into a mansion. And so we just have to work out what that standard is, and then we just have to meet it. Should be real easy. So now we'll just put oak logs on the top here, and we'll hope that no one notices that we lost our wood halfway through. I don't think anyone will notice. I think that this is about as much as you could expect. We should also work out what's on the floor. Is it stone? It's dirt. Oh, that is unexpected. So we'll use stone for this one, actually, I've got 8 dirt blocks just sitting around here anyway. Let's place them all down. And wow, look at this house. That, I think you'll find, is house number 159. Yeah, I need to keep going in order so I don't get lost on which one's which. I feel like I already am. I built this one, and then 155, 156, then 157, and so this would be 158. Bad at house numbers. Glad that I'm good at knowing when I'm bad at something. Any house is a mansion if you're a man. That's true. Let's build a mansion. Okay, what's the most masculine way to make a house? I think the most masculine way for a house to exist, mansculine really, if you want to think about it, is to live in a big hole in the ground. This, as you can see, these guys are living the dream right here. This is a house that could do with an entire renovation, honestly. And what better time for a renovation than when we're building new houses? Let's turn, because this, I would argue this isn't a built house yet, right chat? It's got all the ingredients for a house, but it clearly isn't a house yet. Let's remove the blocks and turn it into a real house. I think that's what we're going to do.
Day. I'm almost done with the major 1.21 structure I've been working on since the update. I think it's pretty keen looking.
What structure have you been building? I'm curious. I love when people take on projects like that, you know, like Minecraft-esque projects. I'd love to hear what it is. By the way, Struggle Bunny just ordered my second LongBoi. Oh no. I'm realizing now why I had to have blocks over here. So I'm now going to place the stone bricks back down. Just place those down over here and hope that all the other guys come back in. They can all walk in whenever they want to. Do you think stone bricks work in this village, chat? Or do you think we have to keep to a certain block palette? I feel like we broke that block palette a while ago. Yeah, I also feel like we should fix this house. It's going to bug me forever. I know that we're behind on houses right now. And I know that we should have an inferior, better priority. But I can't bring myself to have the incorrect house be existing here. Let's fix it. Let's just bring it all in here. Let's just make sure that no one thinks that this is the best that I can do. Because it's not, chat. I can do better, and I will do better. You know, I don't even have to be cancelled for my slightly too wide build to say that. Although I do have the script prepared in case that is what happens. But yeah, now we just gotta remove, or just add a few blocks here. And then we just gotta place a few of these over here. Very simply done. And wow. Yeah, this is still looking kind of weird, actually. Yeah, it looks like, actually, weirdly enough, most of that came out pretty fine on the other side. Let me have that block, though. I don't want to have to struggle for this one, but it looks like the game wants me to have to. So we'll climb up here, and then we'll just grab the block from there. So we are still missing 2 over here. But there we go, chat. Wow, look at that. Aren't you glad that I decided to do this? So, wasn't it for every LongBoi sold, I'll breed a villager? I jokingly changed it to that because I had this big terror about, like, can I really build dozens of houses? And then I thought, you know what? The real horror, you know, would be not selling 200 LongBois. So I don't mind anything else as long as we get there. So in the meantime, let's throw this back in there. Let's put our dirt blocks inside. Actually, we need to make the inside of this correct. So we'll use our dirt back there, our grass over here, and then we'll put some stone stairs up later. In fact, actually, right now is a good time. Let's use regular stone stairs just to be different. There we go, looking lovely. And now we've got a lovely little village of, a little row of villager houses here. So next up, we're going to deal with this. The house is a bit sunken right now, but I don't have enough acacia logs to bring it out of its sunkenness. I think the pillars are always going to have to be made out of the log itself. And so, failing my logs themselves... Yeah, in fact, why don't we just try? Why don't we just... We have enough to make a log here. And then we have enough to make a log over here. And then also one over here. Also, thank you, Jaden Knotts. Welcome back to the member club. Hope you are enjoying your newly found green name and big salmon emoji. Okay, thank you, by the way. But also, yeah, then we could finish it up with, I think, big windows here. I think we want to always be staring in their souls. Yeah, actually, I think that's what I want from this village. I think I'm going to replace, besides this back wall here, which I'll make out of stone bricks, I think the goal here is just glass all the way around. Because you know the phrase, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones? I don't want these villagers throwing stones at me for locking them in a prison over here. And so that is my goal. If no one said it today, remember that y'all are loved. If you feel unloved, you're surrounded by the wrong people. That's nice, Rags. By the way, Granite Chicken, should I get a second LongBoi? I was number 154. Yes! Yes, yes, always yes. Oh, I've got so many beds in this place. Got some easy houses to make it. So I'm going to go grab a ton of glass. And at the same time... In fact, let's just place my stone so I can make more space for glass. So I'm just going to be real quick on this one, chat. Just going to make some big walls over here. I brought the stone thinking there might be a little bit of a delay till the first LongBoi was sold, but people love their pay-to-win streams, their chance to impact the Let's Play world. And so, as a result, we will roll with it. And that means making a ton of stone blocks as we are doing right here. As you can see, going just wonderfully. I don't know how wide this should be, so we'll just place as many of those as we can, and then call that a day. Okay, so later, actually, you know, it's not really done until we properly hit something. So we're going to work out how wide this should be, just so we can place our first corner. I think over here is great. This is probably as wide as we would want to go. So this is where the... Actually, let's go one block in from that. So this is as wide as we can go. Speaking of wide as we can go, SOP. Video did. Toy Cat bathes in LongBois. I tell you what, that's an idea worth considering. We'll throw it right to the top of the to-do list. So now if we start building inwards from here, then that meets here at this angle, and we can just place this down. Nice and easy. And we have to remove a lot of these blocks, but that's fine. I'm about to go back home and place them all anyway. So this is a good time to go through this realization. Perfect. Okay, so later this will all be destroyed, but right now it doesn't perfectly matter. There's some oak blocks to be had here, but that's all fine. I've removed one of my block types, and I've traded it in basically for another one. But that is also, as I just said, entirely fine. Speaking of entirely fine, thank you Thomas Stendel for becoming a member, and thank you Mega Lorax also for becoming a member. I feel like a part of me wants to say missed the memo on the stream, but I also feel like that's cool. I love that people like the pay-to-win Minecraft streams. Oh, this is a very small section over here, chat. This is very, very small. Could you fit a house in this? Like 6 blocks wide? Or 7 blocks wide, maybe? We could fit a house in, but it'll be tight. It'll have to go right up against the walls. But maybe that's the kind of design goal here. We'll see what we get from it. So, yeah, let's now go away from here. Let's go far, far away. And let's pick up some glass, because my 159th house requires a lot of glass. We are 4 houses behind schedule, but just like any good house builder, I'm going to blame it on economic conditions and the price of labor and materials. You know, it's all great. You can fit a house anywhere if you're a mega landlord in America. Yeah, it's funny. For years here in the UK, we've had very, very strict planning requirements. that basically mean, like, if enough people object to something in an area, it just doesn't get done. And so one of the common complaints about landlords here is they take advantage of the fact that you can't easily build any new apartments, so you don't get anything new, but you can split an old place into multiple new units, and so that is what a lot of people chose to do instead. Yeah, as a result of that, a lot of people hate landlords for, like, making tiny apartments, but really it's like, no, they wouldn't willingly make these, it's just it's the only way to make new, there's a real bizarreness in how houses work if you look into this. So, 2 small houses are worth more than 1 big house of the same area, right? With the same amount of, like, rooms, etc. And that's because, like, people just need a place to live at some fundamental point. I mean, the alternative to tiny apartments in this scenario is homelessness. Yeah, that's the thing that everyone misses, is, it's the whole perfect being the enemy of best thing. But then when there's multiple, scenarios of perfect competing with each other, it gets even more complicated in a way that is kind of nutty. Yeah, the UK isn't building enough homes. Yeah, I think we're working on it. I feel like forever. Yeah, I feel like it's been. I feel like we're working on it. But maybe we'll all go by vibes and feel like we're working on it until it becomes an even bigger problem, and then we'll go, ooh, someone should do something about this, and then we'll all complain about the solution. The perfect is the enemy of the best. Yeah, that's the phrase. The perfect. Sometimes you want the perfect so bad that you don't get the best. Rent is 1K a month in rural, rundown, destroyed apartments in my small town in Alabama. Yeah, there's a funny thing here. I hate to. This is the fun thing about, like, as you get in places where housing is more and more desired, this becomes more and more. There's like a fun competition. So I feel like the place that always wins is like Hong Kong. But if there's no Hong Kongers here, I think London has a good shot. You'll genuinely see places that'll be like, oh yeah, you can only live here Monday to Friday, and you've got to look after our children, and whatever else. And it'll be 600 a month, and people will go, wow, that's crazy, they want you to look after our children. And some people are like, wait, 600 a month? And that's pounds, so a lot stronger than the dollar. I think it's fun. Okay, so, yeah, let's get back to the house building, shall we? Back to the house building. Did I bring enough glass? 1 stack? Oh, I hope I brought enough glass. Chat, I don't know why I went all that way and came back with 1 stack of glass and nothing else. But that is why I shouldn't talk about housing. It's a policy issue I'm very passionate about. But yeah, let's just make a bunch of glass all the way around. We should maybe have a trapdoor in here somewhere. But I think this is pretty decent. And then we'll finish up with a glass roof. We'll have, we'll use the glass roof, we'll use the roof type that they all have to use. Where it's all just kind of raised up, including on the sides here. We'll make sure we do in fact have the glass reserves to do that. So, yeah, we'll remove this block here. And then we'll raise up... Yeah, actually, we'll corner this all in. And then to fit the Minecraft villager style, we'll place 2 there, 2, 3 there, and 3 over there. What do you reckon, chat? Is this a great house, or is this a great house? I think we could maybe do a slightly better job by removing this fence, which I do not know why it exists. Yeah, I feel like it looks better without anything there to replace it. But if we had to have something... we could just always take... Yeah, if we're going to have a fence somewhere, it should be back here, right? Because then we can look through the fence and we can make trades and deals. And then we can place this back over there. And then we'll also remove a couple of glass blocks here. So we can trade with any villagers. And also we can fly in and out. Well, actually tested we can fly out. Chat, do you think I can fit through this gap here? I don't actually know the answer. Oh, I can't. It's a prison. Ah, now I'm starting to realize how these people must feel. I won't change anything about what I'm doing, of course. But I will say I'm sympathetic. Okay, there we go. You can, in fact, get out of that situation. It feels like you can't, but you can. So now that is house right there. 159. But we've got 5 new houses we need to build on top of that. So yeah, I bought a LongBoi. Thank you, Toby Piggy. I'm so excited for you. For the big receiving day on it. This is 159. Hey. Okay, so I'm gonna fly out here. Oh, wonderful. And I'm gonna Should that blacksmith be trapped back there? I feel like there's only meant to be a farmer in here, and we have a cartographer, a smith, and it's fine. He's gonna read that he's 159, realize that he's just a number, a cog in the machine, and we can work on our next big goal, which is building more housing. So yeah, I think right now we have this big church over here, but you know, in our very liberalized planning rules we're using, I feel like this could be a house, chat. I feel like all this needs to legally be a house is a bed. You know, we could get a bed fitted. We could get like a furnace in here to make sure it stays warm. I feel like the villager church should become a house. And so, you know, if we're trying to meet our quotas anyway, chat, we're just, you know, just to get us a little bit closer to meeting our target, here's house 160. Wow, look what a good job I did. No, we're not actually done yet. We need to obviously move some beds over. I think we'll move some of the white beds from this little cupboard, one of the far ones at the end here. Just move it right in there. While we're here, we probably should have fixed that, but future me's problem. So, yeah, I just got an ad for a security add-on. Lol says CC2510. Yeah, there is a real there's a real problem with security add-ons. Place a crafting table next to a bed, make this house into a home. I mean, they're the two things that a house does need to be a home, right? They are the requirements. So let's go ahead and let's show that we're serious about meeting them. This right here is officially a home. We can make a furnace too, but that would be going over the top. So now a villager gets to live here. Isn't that nice? So I think this little infrastructure in the corner could do with being turned into a home. I don't remember why I built a minecart around here, chat. There was definitely a reason. Was I sending villagers into... Oh yeah, I was. That's nice. That's a fun part of the history. I made the railways run on time. We might have to close that up. Yeah, that might be for the best. And it might also be for the best if we just remove these walls, maybe? Or if we're gonna have the walls, let's at least like remove this railway, put a wall over there instead. There we go. It's perfect. No one will ever realize the questionable things that were done over here. Place that wall over there instead, and yeah, looks wonderful to me. Now, also is it Night for you, Toy Cat? Yeah, if you want to know which house is yours, if you want to know which specific house belongs to you, emotionally speaking, know which number the purchase was made. So we have 165 sold. So whoever bought the most recent LongBoi, when it was at 164 sold, your LongBoi is 165. Fun fact, if you want to know. So yeah, I feel like I like this house right here. I feel like we could do with some renovations, but I'm going to work on a whole brand new house first. I didn't realize how limiting it was being like this big of a space, because I'm like, wow, I've got to keep all the houses accessible to one another. I'm realizing the tragedy of being a planner for something this big, but I'm just gonna try for my next house here anyway. So what have I got to build it out of? Ice, basalt, deep slate. Okay, I can make a house around my nether portal. No, I can't. It's got its own whole thing up there. So I've got 49 basalt, 49 deep slate, 40 basalt, 30 obsidian, and some mangrove logs. I can make a house out of redstone ore. You know what? Let's make a house out of redstone ore, chat. Redstone ore and some mangrove logs. I think these two things together will go wonderfully. So let's do our best. So yeah, I feel like, first of all, you know, let's help this villager. Let's make this house just feel a little bit more homely. Place a redstone ore right over there. Just, you know, really help out future me who loves seeing things like this. Oh, there's a lot of beds in here, huh? I can make a mega unit. In fact, wow, look over here. We've got a whole miniature house built into the walls already. But yeah, I think that we should take this corner right here in particular, which has a lot of doors, but not a lot of use for these doors. And let's make this into a redstone vibing house. You can see the ceiling height here is pretty good. We got plenty of space. Oh, there's actually a wall over here. This feels like a good place to start. Like, starting with where the walls already are. Oh, that's why there's a wall there. let's make this into a house. So let's remove the wool. Seems like a good place to start. Then let's place some stone. Yeah, that looks good. Then we'll replace the second one of these. And then let's place some more stone. Was that a wolf or a cat? It was a cat. We're fine. Then what we're going to do is we're going to place big redstone every other block in here. Just, and in fact, let's do it like a Woodland Mansion style. Just place some redstone there. And then just in case it's relevant, we'll also make an interior wall out of redstone too. You know, add to the industrial heritage of this area. Let people realize they're living in a very old redstone-y house. We'll obviously have one stone block there just to complete the look. Maybe one over here too. Isn't that lovely? And we could place some on the outside, but again, I really want to focus on the interior here right now. We'll remove some of the sand in this place and replace that with redstone as well. I think this is a must-do. We'll go for the same kind of quad pattern down here. And as a result, what we will end up with here is one of the best-looking houses on the market in this village. I think this is one of the most delightful houses I've seen in some time. And until we obviously can't call it a home until we have all the necessities. And so let's go grab some of those. One over here. Actually, that's incorrect. One over here. And we'll go grab a second. So, okay, I'm reconstituting a shattered glitch trial chambers into a custom trial chambers with all unique rooms and expanded features like secret doors and traps. Oh, that sounds really cool, Fusion Warrior. Do share a picture when you're done. Like, throw it on the Reddit or something. This isn't a good thing. This isn't a thing I should be proud to admit, chat. But I've been reading more Reddit recently. So I will hop on the IBX Toycat subreddit every now and then. I feel like it's a dangerous place to tell people to like, oh yeah, just go check it out, because like who knows what's it's been good so far, and if you'd like to help add to the good, then do it. IBX Toycat, you need to get the efficiency chain leggings. If you'll believe it, I stopped my quest to get efficiency chain leggings for this stream. I tried, and I will try again. In fact, do you want me to try right now? Oh, what? Why have I got cartographers hanging around in the ground here? Should we let these guys out and let them go live where their tables are? I think we probably should. In fact, let's break all of the cartography table. Oh, it's not going to work that way, is it? Man, cartography tables are a mess. I shouldn't have made so many of them. I regret my decisions. So, Toycat, have you thought about a mobile series that might encourage them to actually improve the gameplay? I'm not someone... It's such a generational thing. I can't deal with non-tactile buttons. Also, did I place my sign? Where did I run out of signs? Where? Chat. Okay, signs. I must have them. In fact, let's use this to make my new sign. This is 160, right? 161, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Would it make sense to make a LongBoi and add a section for every LongBoi purchased? It's going to be a very long boy. Indeed, it has already been. You should stream where you play on your Let's Play World on mobile. Yeah, it's not a terrible idea. Okay, so what number did I call you? Just to make sure. Oh, this was 159. That was 160 then. Unless we placed another one after this. I should not be losing track of my houses. I am doing them in a backwards order. Oh, 160 was the church, so I am on 161. Okay, we're good. Okay, next house. I feel like we can put a bit more pizzazz into this one. So 162. You're about to have something fun happen to you. So yeah, this right here is going to be like a new quarters, right? A new area from which to enjoy the village from. And I feel like as a result, we can do some fun stuff there. And I think right here is a good example of where fun stuff could go. So we could take this just whole corner, because it's going to be behind, if I'm not mistaken, what are already kind of locked off houses anyway. We could just take an entire corner off this, and we could convert it into an armorsmith's house. So right over here, if I've got my thinking correct, yeah, there's a bunch of armorers.
I've invited you to the realm so you can review it. When you talked about the events today, I combined in my head what you said and thought it was a pay-to-win realm review, haha.
Oh, pay-to-win realm review sounds like a fun idea, by the way. I would be interested in knowing, right? Like, to me, I'm a endlessly curious person. I know I think it's cool that I get to have my curiosity fulfilled, but aren't you curious too, chat? if someone had... If people... At Realm Review right now kind of works on, like, random samples of who wants to share their world to me, which is great. It's interesting. A lot of people prefer it that way, it seems. But wouldn't it be interesting... Also, where did all the villagers go? There were a bunch living in here, and now they're all gone. Are they living in this cave here? Oh, they've lost all their traits. They must have all died. It must have been a baby zombie came in. So let's let these guys out. Okay, you can go out if you agree to go to your house. And we're going to make a little place for the armorers to live. Hopefully the LongBois will bring up your serotonin levels. Yeah, having a LongBoi in your world really is one of the best things you can do. Oh, wow. The 2 people I wanted to leave have left. And now no one else has to go. Perfect. They can all stay in that hole for a little bit longer. So you just have to go over here, my friend. If you can just do that, everything gets a lot better. Okay, so now they're going to live in here for a bit until we break this bed. And we move it over here. So my goal is basically to make a new apartment just for armorers. And to be a little bit more efficient than the old one. The old one gave them too much space to mess me up. And so if we deliberately put them... Oh, wait. That seemed to work. If we deliberately find both of these guys as armor stations... 1, 2... Okay, actually, that might be bad for them if they haven't traded yet. Oh, it was both of theirs. And we place them back down over here. But facing me, just to make it clear, you know? So we place them back down right there. Did I get them? There, okay, we got him. And then we're just going to lock him in place in the corners with the walls here. And then we'll do the same with his friend once we find his armor table, which it shouldn't be too hard to do. It might be this one right here, to be honest. So that's every single blast furnace in the village. Let's place one down there, and then one down there. Okay, is that yours? It should be, yeah. And now we just have to get these villagers to peacefully move into a little hole. So if you could just do that now, that would be great. Just walk in there, please. Okay,
I already had a LongBoi. You convinced me to buy another. Why have you done this to me?
Eggs, were you 166? I'm excited to see your house. Okay, so if you're 162, by the way, I did promise you a big house, and I'm making you a bit of a torture chamber instead. I hope you're not too bothered ethically by that. If you are bothered ethically by that, then it's okay. You're probably doing worse things every day. Do you use a Visa card? Don't look up the bad things they've been doing. I mean, I don't know that they've been doing bad things, but I bet any company big enough, you can find something terrible about them. So have you been using... Okay, well, let's name another big one. Also, I'm just going to punch you at this point. I'm sorry. I didn't want to punch you. I just wanted you to not be there. Okay, so now we go to sleep in our bed, which is just over here. Villagers do not need beds. And we sleep through this night. Oh, I did something wrong there. For reference, normal is 0.6 to 1.1. Okay, so I don't know what that was in reference to, but I do know 2 LongBois is very epic. Hey, someone just got 2 LongBois indeed, RobDev. Was it you? So I feel like separating out the villagers is the best course of action here. But for now, let's just remove this. And we can trade with their feet if we want to. Or we could place stone blocks up here. And we could trade with their heads. Yeah, we could do that way too. Okay, so place that on the ground. Place it down. Place this back on the ground. Place it down. No, don't you dare. Okay, you're just going back in the hole. You might think that you're immune from the hole, buddy. But let me assure you that you are not. You are walking back in there, and you are going to enjoy it. Yeah, you miss being in the hole, I bet you do. No, you... This is why you don't do it this way. Villagers are just on such a mad one. The moment you remove their block, they're like, I have no purpose here anymore. I don't know what to do with myself. So we'll just let them walk in, honestly. They'll do it. They know the consequences if they don't. So if you just have to walk this way round into there. This never goes as smoothly as I'd like. This never goes as smoothly as I'd like. Just walk in. I guess we could just, for now, just place one of these going all the way nicely round. And as soon as they are both on the correct side, which should be easy. Come on, this is the workaround, man. Okay. So as soon as they are both on the correct side, which requires some punching in some cases. There we go. Okay, just walk closer. Draw a little closer. There we go. And now later, we can make that into something meaningful. We could block around the front of the tables. And so now, we have a lovely house here, chat. We'll use beds as part of the walls. Yeah, actually, we can't let them get that too far from here. But you can see this is like an open plan apartment. So on the one side of their apartment, they have the one... I don't think I want to drop those, actually. On the one side of their apartment, we'll put the shared bed. The shared bed can go right over there. And that's going to be where they can sleep. Obviously, they can't sleep during, you know, they're not going to be able to walk to the other side of the apartment. They'll be trapped on the side that they choose. And then I've got this lovely open plan roof so that there's no separation between them and nature. I think that's an oppressive concept. I think we actually could. Maybe we even should fix that. So let's go here, 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 and then over here. So let's actually fix that concept, as funny as it is to say open plan roof. I am going to be polite to the villagers. I'm going to give them a little bit of this. And then I think we'll also put up some trapdoors in there for their windows. Because otherwise, I think the last armorers I had must have died to tragic circumstances. And we got to fix that. So this is house. Now that we have a bed, I think you'll find this is house 162. I promised you a mansion, and this is what I delivered. I am, in fact, a very good property developer. You're welcome. So next up, let's move ourselves by making our wall a little bit further this way into our next build, shall we? Yeah, I think this is a lovely little corner of the world. 162, looking very nice to you. So we have 7 houses we've got to build now, which means we need to start thinking fast. I probably should move all these beds into somewhere nice and in their own right. I should do something about this item hopper and this chest. I've got to work out things to do with this. But rather than working out answers to hard questions, how about we solve the easy ones first? So let's break out of here. Let's see if there's another armorer, let's let him out, actually. If you could leave first, that would be great. Not the cat, but okay, you can... You know, actually, I think I want this guy out too. If you feel like going away, not the cat. If you want to leave, I give you specifically permission. I want to find where their cartography tables are, because some of these guys I have traded with. So if you just could walk out, not you, you can stay in there. But you two fellas, you can leave the moment you want to. I'll build you a lovely house. 176. Oh no. Okay, we need to start building fast. My house in crisis is getting uncontrollable. Yep. Okay, so please leave. You cannot stay here anymore. I do not allow it. Just get out of there, please. Okay, no. You are gonna stay in the hole there. In fact, actually, chat. Okay, I'm thinking on my feet here a little bit. But I'm thinking what we could do is we could go kind of a la carte living, you know. If you use fancy words, it makes it less cruel. So we place his bed down there, and we give him we give him the other key requirement for a house. We all know it. We all love it. Then what we could just do is okay, wait, are you gonna let me place it now? There we go. Then all we have to do now is say, here we go. And you have to get off your bed, obviously. But there we go. Chat, house number 163 has officially been built. I feel like if I had glass slabs, I would use them here. Or if I could recess this into the ground a bit more. It's a bit messy that this comes up out of the ground. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that one. Could do a lot better. Darren Hughes bought 6 LongBois. I think that's a really cool... Like, there is a, these are a thing that are being produced once. Obviously, in this case, it's our first ever rewind. But even then, it's the 2nd edition. It's got a unique thing in some way. I feel like it's a cool... based on the number of people who have requested one, and I've had to be like, sorry, I literally don't have any more. I shipped the last one. Thanks to a viewer, I've shipped the last one to one of my editors from Mexico. Also, where are you going? Would you like me to build you a house? I could make it out of maps if you'd like. It's weird, actually. How would you make a cartographer's house? If you were going to build him a special place just for him, what would you do to make it unique? It's a question I don't know the answer to. So this guy, he needs to come out, first of all. I'm going to let him out. as soon as he feels like going. Not you. Actually, you can go out too. You have rights. He's also got a gold thing, so I've traded with him a bunch. Oh, he's giving me a discount. Oh no, he's giving me the opposite of a discount. He's giving me a negative discount. But I just want you two to come out. He's holding potatoes. I don't know what that is. That do you want potatoes from me before you'll leave? Are you rioting for better conditions in here? I just want this cartographer to come out, and I don't know why he's having such a hard time. Please, man, you can do it. You can do it. Okay, so out we go. Maybe. Yeah, I want to say no. Okay? Yeah, there we go. You got this. Have you got this, Mr. Cartographer? Come on, you can go out. You can just walk right out. Any second now if you wanted to. His house would have a telescope or a globe on the top. Oh, that's a cool idea. Okay, there we go. A map guy is finally leaving. He's changed his mind. Okay, what if I broke that block for you? And then we just... Perfect. Okay, now he's out. And we'll move this armorer to the right place as well, if we can. Should be easy enough to do, right? He'll walk in that direction vaguely if I try my best. Maybe colored wool for a cartography house to make it look like a map. Oh, I like that idea quite a bit, actually. The cartographer does need a cartography house. Let's see where my cartographer is linked to. So is this your table? I felt like I saw it glow for a second there. So yeah, this is the guy who's going to give me the Woodland Explorer map, who's going to get me those efficiency leggings. It's going to be great. If map guy comes out, I support him. Okay, so first things first, we need to get this guy I can't work it out. I don't think this is him. How do we work out where he is linked to? He will go to his table eventually, right? Okay. And so now that we know this is his table, we can move this to his house, which we can put wherever we want to, right? So just to be simple, we'll put his house over in the walls over here. Oh, what happened with that? Okay, so this guy just linked to a new village type, and my cartographer is now linked to that table. I feel like he shouldn't live under the stairs there. Except I want him to partially for my own evil intents here. I feel like I can give him a nice map house or whatever, but it still is going to have to build. Okay, it's just can you do the rest yourself? It's still going to have to be one where he stands in a very limited space. So what map can you build in like a 3x3 wall, chat? Like a bunch of white and then an X. Yeah, I feel like you can't build a map easily. I could buy a map and find out, but they look like this. It's a bunch of yellowish white. So if we built him a white house and then put a single red dot on it, maybe that would be good. And we'll give him 2 beds so that he can invite a lady friend round whenever he wants. Okay, he wants to sleep over there. Okay, I'll move your cartography table next to your bed. Do you like that? And so then we'll keep the bed next to that for him. You know, him and any person of his choosing can come round and visit at some time. We'll obviously have to remove the doors from his thing. You know, it's just normal stuff we're doing here. We'll move the walls inwards a bit, and then we'll come back with some wool. We'll make a lovely house for him. Slabs, what can we do? Just ordered my LongBoi, says Marilyn Mushroom. Oh, sorry, Marilyn Mushroom. I have no idea where I read mushroom. I think it was the weird eyes that you added to your message. I was like, that eye. That's not an eye. That's a mushroom, I'm pretty sure. Wish you were my landlord, says Pyro. Yeah, I know, right? Only a good landlord like me. Map guy came out. He won't have a lady friend. That's a good... Well, I mean, actually, it's very bigoted of you to say you can't come out and have a lady friend. Ruby likes Sonic too. Excuse you. I think you'll find that not only is there a lot of other letters in that rainbow flag, but also you can be gay and attracted to women, even if you're a man. That is just, and it would be rude of you to say otherwise. There was a funny thing. There was an interesting. One of my favorite, like, I always love, you know, that when you're really involved, when it's like your closest when it's you and you know, like going through something, when it's your closest people fighting, it's the worst. But seeing people who, like, you know, from a distance fight, sometimes you're like, this is interesting, you know, you grab the popcorn moment, you know? There's a human desire for drama, as much as it sucks in some ways. But one of the interesting things about that is the whole idea of, like, well, can you be a lesbian and also be a man? It's up for some debate. It's one of those fun questions without a definitively defined answer. If you feel like doing the scholarly work, I think a lot of people would appreciate that. If Cartography Villager has 10,000 fans, I'm one of them. If he has 1 fan, I'm that fan. If Cartography Villager has 0 fans, I am dead. Cartography Villager fan forever. He is my guy. I am backing him all the way. Has to be said. So let's grab 50 more glass, because we're using that quite a bit right now. And let's bring our wool back to the village. We'll put it in our thing. Also, we'll grab some mud bricks if we have them. I don't think we do, actually. Weirdly enough, I have a lot of types of bricks, but I don't have any mud bricks. So I'll grab some polished gravel instead. Sorry, polished granite instead. Polished gravel would be nice, but we don't have it. Okay, let's go. Why don't you do an item frame map wall? I feel like we could put all of his maps on his walls. I actually kind of like that as an idea. 21 LongBois to go. Whoa, yeah! I didn't even realize. I'm so stressed by the number, in a good way, that I didn't even realize it means there's only 20 more to go until it's officially funded, chat. Yeah, I think if Mankos were limited above me, it's one of those fun things, right? Like, I feel like there are some questions that deliberately get to the heart of some political issues. Like, you know, I feel like you could take one for the other side, and you could be like, well, you know, if there's, you know, you can draw some line in the sorts of people who believe in. Also, I should not put my villagers in a place where this could happen. I really messed this one up. Just a little bit. Okay. Zombie's very distracted, it's fine. But, yeah, like, on the other side, you could be like, well, how can you believe that there should be as little government as possible, but also think that, you know, the biggest priority in government should not be being woke or whatever. There's weird electoral coalitions, and there's weird people who... There's lots of very different groups who believe the same things for different reasons, and so as soon as you ask them, why do you believe this? It starts to, like, fall apart a little bit in ways that are interesting, again, if you're not invested in the success of those things. Anyway, speaking of things that are interesting, if you're not invested in the success, I have some interesting... Okay, I'm going to grab this. I have some interesting ideas around this map villager's house. I think I should put them in the place with the other map villager. I think that they deserve to be together, chat. And so I'm going to allow that to happen. The cartographer villager... This can be the second table. They're both going to move in here, and I'm going to make their walls out of white wool. So white wool all the way here. Oh, that's not correct. And then white wool all the way here. We're going to have a little X in there. That's going to be fine. It's going to be great. And then we're also going to make this out of white wool too, I think. We'll have to later do it, because obviously right now we've got stuff going on. This is going to be... Oh, it's got a raised ceiling over here. Oh, yeah, that's what we're talking about. We all love a good raised ceiling in our lives. In fact, does this need to be lowered? I think there's just some random blocks here that don't need to exist, which means we can remove these blocks, which means, oh yeah, look at all that white on the walls. And then I think even this next wall back here is going to be for a wall segment, right? Yeah, it's for the inside of a wall, which means that this can be white wool as well. So later we could fill this with Woodland Mansion maps or Ocean Explorer maps or whatever map we're feeling like. And this could be the Ocean Explorer map. I think you might have to expand the village. I disagree. Wait till you see why. So I like this for a cartographer house. He's going to have... they're both going to have a wonderful life here together, regardless of how they believe their life and identity comes together. So this is also a high-level cartographer, and so I think I also want to move him into the house. Existing just in the middle here is kind of messy. In fact, let's move him into one of these houses. This is a house that looks like it would be good for a cartography table. Let's throw it in there. Yeah, it looks great to me. You can go live in that. Do we have our cartography villager in here yet? We do not. He'll be here eventually. But for now, we'll just place stone all the way around besides one side. Boom. That's a house minus a door. But that is house 163. So we have 163 done, and we're up to 182. It's a lot of houses we've got to build, chat. It's a lot of houses. So I'm thinking a logical place to start, really, you know, if we've got a huge demand for housing, an unquenchable demand for housing, is we could start by, you know, with areas like this right here, where it's like, yeah, there is, I think the area between this and that is basically, you know, it's not going to be usable by anything right now. Let's turn it into a bunch of micro apartments, chat. I think that for a house to be a house, you need to have a bed, and you need to have a crafting table. And so, what if we could fit that into everyone's house right here? I think the smallest you can reasonably do that in fact, wait, let's be clever about this. Let's put my white wool away in the quirky block box, which I think I have on me. Let's just put this down for a second. Put in the white wool, put in the oak logs, I guess. There we go. Okay, and the redstone ore. I do not know why I'm carrying that. So what we can do to be real efficient about this is we can say, yeah, actually, let's build some houses real fast to meet some demand. Let's meet some houses. Okay, so these are the villager apartments. I believe that in a functioning society, a lot of people say you shouldn't build apartments this small. Like, I think it's my least favorite thing in the world is when people say no one should be allowed to live in an apartment that small. It's like you don't get to decide who gets to be homeless and who doesn't. What a ludicrous idea. You know, people have to live somewhere. Why would you say that they have to meet your standards of what you want to live in, unless you actually want them to be homeless? You know, it's hot theory there. So what we're gonna say is no. Yeah, these villagers like living in these little boxes. It's a little bit like a toilet stool. You know how toilets have a little gap between the floor and the door? It's to allow security guards to slide under and see if you're doing drugs in there, right? Supposedly. And so just in case one of these villagers tries to, like, you know, like hang themselves, or, you know, just in case a villager decides to do anything we don't agree with, we reserve the right to check in on them via a little peek up here. In fact, let's build a little place for us to do precisely that. So we have some andesite slabs here. Let's use those andesite slabs to build a little peeky hole. We'll place blocks here, here, and here. And we just go one higher on this, actually. So let's go here, there, and there. I can now crouch into it, and I can just look over the walls, see if anyone is doing something bad. Why do kids' stools have the gap in them? I mean, you can never check if someone's doing drugs too early in their life. Yeah, have you seen how good kids' cough medicine tastes? I mean, I'm just saying, you don't want them going into the toilet stools and abusing that. And so what do we have right here? House number 160... Wait, so have I numbered this? So this is 164, 165, 166, and 167. Or, again, if I understand American housing term correctly, a quadruplex. What is this? Where does this go? Oh. Whoa, my glowberries grew so much, chat. Wow, look at all my glowberries. Someone should live down here. So yeah, we need a gap so you can pass TP to your homie. You're right, it's pretty ridiculous that I have gaps on the tops of these, but not on the bottom. Sometimes you do just want to pass mischievous notes to your neighbor. So let's remove this block here, and then that way, if the villagers ever feel like, you know, if they need to just send something a little important, they can send it to their next door neighbor, and these guys are gonna have to look. We'll work on that later. That'll be just fine. So, drink more glowberry juice, says Cancerous Attitude. Glowberry juice is so good, has to be said. The very best stuff. So I've got room for another house over here. It's got a staircase in to peek at this, so we could actually sell this as a pretty premium apartment, really. Hey,
Second
Ticket Tax.
toy cat tax. I haven't had the best day, so how best to get over it than helping out my only parasocial relationship. Good luck with the
I'm
LongBoi
honored
goal.
to be your only parasocial relationship. That's crazy to say. That makes us special. That makes us special in a way that other parasocial homies just don't get. So we're at 167. I'm just going to write that down because I will forget. 167. 167 is over here. So now I think we can make a lovely little apartment here. You know, just we've been going a little small recently, and a lot of people feel like that's not okay. So we'll build 168 in this space here. And we'll move just a few beds into this together. This can be for a family of villagers, you know? So we'll just place these 3 beds, you know, despite being very different colors. They can all live in the same home together. We'll make this like a really wide flag, I guess. So which way round does the Italian flag go? I don't actually remember, but green flag, green bed, white bed, red bed. Isn't that lovely? I feel like the top of it kind of does ruin it. We need to like place a block over that or something. But that's fine. We can place carpet on the top. For now, these are my beds, and my beds are amazing. A family of villagers sounds so cute. And then obviously it's not a house until you have one of the prerequisites, which is not just a door. I guess we'll put the door over here. Yeah, this looks great. So then we can stone up the rest of these. It's not a house. It's not a home until it has a crafting table, because how else are the villagers meant to craft? It's a silly question. They're just not going to be able to. So let's go to sleep real quick. I hear. Also, how did the cartographer get up there? In fact, no, I'm not going to sleep until you come down from there. That's not a sensible place to be living. I did build you a house. I made it specially themed after you. You can't just be saying that that's where you want to live instead. It's not okay if you ask me. It's not okay in the slightest. So please... Oh, he's a level 1, actually. This is an easy way to deal with problems like this. So, yeah, it was very lovely knowing you. But since you wouldn't come down... Oh, he's... There we go. Okay, he learned the lesson. I didn't need to teach him it the violent way. So yeah, where are the cartographers from over here? Why aren't they coming home, chat? Have the cartographers died? Did they settle down somewhere else? It could be their beds are somewhere else in this world. I don't think it's likely, but it's not impossible. Where are they at? Yeah, are they dead? Chat, did my... Oh no, there they are. He's just hanging around in the... He got himself trapped in a boat? Nope, different cartographer. Where did they go? They've gone somewhere, and I would like to know where somewhere is. Ah, I think in here? Nope. Someone is in here, though. Very weird village. Honestly, very weird village. Fret's work. Look at all those unused homes. Yeah, I do have a lot of people living in this pit who would love to live in these homes, but there's no point letting some of them go into those homes until they can all move in, you know? It just makes sense. So yeah, today at some point I need to lock these cartographers into their home. Also, come on there, man. You can't just walk right back up there. I hope you realize there was a lesson I was trying to teach you before. Ah, whatever. You live your own life. So is this my cartographer? Okay, but we're gonna work on houses. Houses are what we need to build. This village has a big empty flank over here that I think I would like to fix. So as you can see, there's like a village door when you come in. But then I think over here we have a lack of a space that could be filled with a villager house. I feel like a lot of acacia wood would go good into building some of these. Let's go and get some acacia wood. Let's build some lovely houses. And while we're gone, let's just confirm our number. We're on 167. Maybe I should build a house somewhere else as well. No, let's just bring some... Let's bring some acacia wood back here and take some of my blocks away from here. Let's go do it. How many Xbox 360 style villages do you have in your world? That's a fun question, Toby Piggy 123. Also, it's fun that you call them Xbox 360 style. I do see the logic in that. Also, 182 sold. There are 18 left to go until the so also Fret's work is what Catbenia says about that. How about if I threaten you all, will you buy a LongBoi then? I'm a little worried about what to do, so don't worry. The threats aren't coming yet. Oh, Minecraft crashed. Has anyone else been having this issue? Spectator mode and flying have a crazy high crash rate for me. Like when you load in chunks too quickly, Minecraft is just having some issues. And also it breaks my skin. It's very sad. Okay, so just reload the skin. There we go. Also, just as a small one, by the way, I wish I could have voted for a party that's manifesto was this stream's title. By the way, 19 hours till the event goes live, the MC Championship minigame event. I heard from a Minecraft, someone who works on this, that they are very excited. They think it's the best event that's happened yet. And that got me even more excited. Like, I already wanted the cape or whatever, but now I want what's going on even more. I only crash when going into the edit world menu sometimes. Oh, that's very interesting. So yeah, I have to say that if there's one thing I can take from today, to be honest, I only care about the cape. Yeah, I think I was fair, and I was like, oh, maybe, you know, this, because this is the Bedrock Celebration event, right? And you could argue, you know, like, oh, they're just celebrating the MC Championship on Bedrock. But they're introducing a bunch of Bedrock players to an event which is exclusively played by Java creators. I think they messed up on that one. Like, I know there's a part of that that's always going to sound like sour grapes. Like, oh, Toy Cat, you just wish they'd invite you. And I do think it is hard to unlink that. Like, you know, there's probably some promotional benefit to some big collab event like that. But, you know, you know me, I'm not like a social person by nature. It's not something like I'm, like, desperately looking forward to. But instead, I think it's a bummer that, you know, all sorts of other Bedrock creators aren't featured. I think unlike Java, which is quite a connected community, the Bedrock community is kind of fragmented and all over the place in a way that it is a bit of a bummer. So what was I going to grab, by the way? I was going to grab acacia wood. Have you been getting the inventory bug where you can only open one of the chests in a double chest? I haven't. That sounds like a very funny bug, though. Ooh, I'm running very low on acacia logs, but I'm going to need all of these. I'm going to need that and then a whole extra stack to turn into planks. Okay, let's do it. Let's go crazy on this one. I know I'm going to need to. And then let's just drop off some extra items that I'm holding on to because I'm worried about 30 houses now. Wow, yeah, we started this stream at 153. I cannot believe we've gotten that high already. It's true, I know all the other Java players. I guess I should say the creator community in that way. Although, even to be fair there, right? I think it is easier for Java players to befriend other Java players because of the easier access to servers than Bedrock players have. It's like you're either playing on someone's specific Bedrock realm, you know, you're joining their world regularly, or you meet them on one of the 5 servers that exist, which most people aren't that fond of. I have one Bedrock creator friend who's really big into Bedrock servers. I think it's really cool, actually. But as far as I know, he's the only... I've not met another person on the planet who is in the same niche as him. Okay, so... Bedrock is easy to play with friends, I feel. Yeah, easier to play with friends, not necessarily to make friends. As weird of a distinction as that is to make. It is an important one to make. Okay, so where in this village is a house needed most? I would say right here. I would say this villager house is a bit disappointing. What even is this, you know? What even is this? So what if we could make it less disappointing? Oh, a toolsmith. It's just hanging out in there. What if we could make it less disappointing? I think there's an easy... you know, let's just make a nice wide house back here. So I'm going to look up how Acacia Villager houses look now. I'm going to build one in here. Acacia Village House Minecraft. I don't know why I added the Minecraft. Like, what was I expecting was going to show up? Oh, yeah, let's build one of the fisher cottages. So the fisherman cottages are built, like, on stilts. And I think that'd be a cool thing to build above one of these. So let's build it in this corner right here. It'll add to the messiness of this corner. Oh, yeah, it's too messy. I can't afford to make it even messier. We'll build it on stilts over here. I think this is the place to do it. So let's start by building fences. I am going to have to grab some sticks for that. So they come from my shulker box. I have lots and lots of sticks. Ooh, I have some sticks. I just set up the bamboo thing recently. That's what makes that so fun. So I have lots and lots of sticks. Perfect. And then we'll use those sticks to make 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that looks good enough to me. And then we're also going to have to make some stairs. What do stairs look like? They are made from planks into these. So we need at least 3 sets of 3 stairs. So 9 stairs, would that be? You know what, we'll just go with this many. Let's build, we need more for the roof anyway. Let's just finish that off. Let's build us a house over this. A little house on stilts. But the water that it's building over is in fact one of these. So we'll start with some stairs that go here. That is a bit messy. We'll start our staircase over here. 1, 2, 3, and we'll go here. And then I don't know if you can build on top of potatoes. Chat, what do you think happens if I try to place a block here? Will it place on top of the potato, or will it replace the potato? Make your bet right now. Do 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 do. Ooh, wow, that's good. Glad it didn't replace the potato. Yeah, I felt like it would be replaced potato, but then I realized halfway through it, as I was like doing the countdown music, I realized that, you know, actually nah. Okay, so I have to make this a little wider. I have so many tabs that I can't see them all when I make the screen as small as it needs to be for these streams. It's a big problem. Okay, so the house is made up of a bunch of logs in a 3x2 formation, but then the inside is even smaller than it probably should be. Okay, I'm just gonna go for this. So there's a 2-block gap between the things on the left, and the first ones of these connect into that. So this is where the first one goes. Oh. It on the image here, I guess it's from Java, the fences connect to the stairs, but they're not connecting to the stairs here. Oh, maybe it connects to the back of the stairs. That would make some sense. And then, so I guess we have 2 more blocks to go, and then some stairs there. And then, ooh, we can't build over that. That's fine. You know what, we can. We can. Who's gonna stop me? Place that over there. Place the fence in front of it. And then maybe get rid of this as well. You know, we don't need these potatoes in the quantities we have them anyway. And there we go. So place these to the top. And we're good. We're good. We're wonderful. Now we place a bunch of acacia planks. That's going to make a nice new solid layer. Going all the way around here. Yeah, this is wonderful. This is what the stilted house was meant to be like. Just barely hovering above the blocks that it's here for. Yep, looking wonderful. And then we'll place the acacia logs, of which we need a lot. A bunch go like right here, like literally directly on top of this. So 1, 2, 3, and then a bunch of these go sideways, facing outwards. So we need to place some torches down, and then 1, and then 2. Yeah, that's good. I don't know what to do about the rest of this. Haven't worked that out yet. So this just kind of goes upwards and outwards the entire way. Yeah, look how ouch that is. Then we'll do the same on this side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then place our blocks over here. Same thing, just to the left, to the right, go up, to the left, to the right, go up. Remove all these blocks later, of course. I don't know what the back blocks are meant to be, so we'll just assume that they're probably going to be the same. That seems like a reasonable conclusion to draw. So, fence goes here, and walls go all the way around here. Oh, that's not... Can I place a block while I'm in front of it? No, I can't. Okay, this is a nightmare. Oh, okay, so we just have to jump off and place the stair that way. And then that goes over here. And I need to place a bed inside this soon, because otherwise I'm gonna die. Again, it needs to have a bed to be a village house, is one of the rules we sometimes use. And so let's use that right here today. So where is a bed? I'm just gonna sleep in this right now. Yeah, let's take both of these with me. Sleep in this one. Welcome to the next day, everybody. Hope it's a good one, that's for sure. The smell of fresh potatoes in the morning should satisfy the farming villagers. Yeah, really, if you think about it that way, it actually makes a lot of sense. They're going to love this new house that we're making for them. I mean, having potatoes to smell every day is something that you should be looking forward to if you claim to love, if you love farming as much as you claim to. You know, if they didn't love farming, as is, you know, one of the alleged claims that has been filed against them, maybe they should be concerned. But I bet they love the things as much as they say they do. And so there are no issues here as far as I am concerned. Yet. Okay, so we'll leave a couple of these open. I think there's going to be a window down there. Now let's work on the roof. I think we need way more stairs than we have. So we'll have to make a crafting table here. Crafting table is the third ingredient to make a house into a home. And then we'll make a ton of acacia stairs. But like going around the correct way of this. Okay, so acacia stairs here. Acacia stairs here. Acacia stairs here. And here. And I think maybe we've got to start turning around at this point. So there. Hopefully that works. Come on, let me place the blocks correctly. All the way around this. And then we turn again. And as you can see, my house is beautiful, chat. This is what a house is meant to look like. I'm pretty sure. No, this is going horribly. My attempt to recreate a modern village is making me realize why old villages were so great. You know, no one ever had to deal with this back in the day. Jeb was never concerned about like, oh no, I'm real worried about. None of that existed. So let's go do this stuff. Go all the way around. And then eventually, we've built a roof. I think this was a pretty bad process, but there is a whole second layer, so we're gonna place that dutifully. Just make too many acacia stairs and place them going around here. Why did you enchant your flint and steel? Oh, because you never know when you're gonna need to have an enchanted flint and steel. I think having unbreaking and mending pretty damn useful, actually. So that is the reason why. Is that a good enough reason? Depends on who you ask. So we'll place one of those there, and then we'll place these upside down. There and there. And that's a house. Minus a front, actually. What do we do here? Like, just place some blocks. Yeah, there we go. That looks great. It's still not feeling like a house. So if we place these blocks over there and over there. And then maybe like one more block over there. Yeah, look at it. Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it brilliant? So now we just got to remove that and probably all of these. And then maybe put these back, actually. Why is there... You know, it's fine. I think on the rear side, there's a bit of an imbalance on this. Yeah, I need to build some blocks here. Just place a few of those down. And there we go. Look what an amazing house I made. For 168, maybe. Yeah, 168 maybe sounds about right. 168 maybe. His way of flexing in game. So, yeah, I do feel like enchanting all your tools is one of those cool flexes you can get to. I'm a big fan of the dumb flexes like that. I feel like at a certain point in Minecraft, you get to set your own goals. And I like being at that phase quite a lot. Because I like when no one can tell me what I can and cannot do. I don't know what happened to all my chickens, but I guess they're dead. This happens to all mobs at some point, huh? You have mobs stored in a place, and then before you know it, you don't have mobs stored in a place anymore. It's a very tragic reality. Ben P says you can get a house for the perfect price of one LongBoi. It is true, Ben P. It is true. I feel like I'm still missing a bunch of stairs or slabs on this section of the wall here. It's something I could really do with an improving on. So yeah, now that we built our lovely 168, maybe, let's go build some more houses in the style that these villagers deserve. I love that they're coming in and out of these apartments, by the way. Oh, these aren't even the apartments they're living in. This guy is desperate for an apartment, but he just can't legally live here yet. It's technically a commercial unit. And so what do we do for him? We fix his problems. We move some of these inside there. Or we'll move the white beds in first, I think. This whole section is kind of required to turn into something, I think. Yeah, I don't know what, though. I feel like... Let's build some mini houses. Let's build some mini houses by the walls, but not in the walls, you know? I think that's what we've effectively done here. And it's a bit of a mistake. So let's have a couple of miniature places go right over here. Let's see what blocks we've got. Oak logs, andesite, smooth stone. Ooh, deep slate. Cobblestone. Now we're talking. Get some nice cobbly houses going on. Got some glass in here as well. You know, actually, I like the idea of glass apartments. It'll feel a little bit like a prison, but for the low price of free. I don't think anyone's disagreeing with this. So there'll be like a warden cell over here, and he'll get to watch everyone else's houses from his. Yeah, and then we'll just build glass walls in between them all. It'll be just wonderful. Everyone's gonna love this so much, they'll never want to leave. And yeah, we can have a nice row of these going. All the non-functional space, at the very least, should be used up by these, I think. And then, yep, just like that, we'll have some other blocks on the other side. Stone, let's say. So stone on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4. But then we'll have glass on both sides of that, just to make sure people know they're still loved. Perfect. And so now we are going to grab our beds, place them in here. So these are all going to be white bed situations, I think. Actually, these could be like political prisoner beds. We'll have a white bed for for your boy the warden, and then we'll move some of these beds in there one by one. So red bed goes here, or we could separate the colored beds into their own little sections. If you think about it, that does make some more sense. Yeah, you know, really, logically speaking, we'll put the reds on one side, and then we'll put the greens on the other. No, we'll make sure we just go for a little bit of a balance in that way. This is grim. No, what do you mean this is grim? This is the perfect living environment. If you think about it logically, right? You've just moved to town. You know, you've got a job, but you're not really sure how it's working yet. You're not earning that great. I think it'd be great to have a place where someone can watch you sleep, and you know, in exchange for that, you know, they pay a small premium, you pay a slightly less premium, and in exchange for being slept, you could get a really great place. And you know, it's going to keep you honest. Whenever you're thinking like, I should just order pizza, you're not going to order pizza with this many people watching you. You're going to make healthier decisions. Yeah, this looks like a special club, not a series of houses. Oh, whoops. I do see how it could be misconstrued that way. But we'll turn them all into houses with these lovely doors. And so that officially makes number 169, 170, 171, 172, 173. Yeah, that is just lovely if you ask me. 173. Where do we put the sign for this? I feel like there isn't a good space for it. What if we... You know, we'll just put it on the other side of this door. 173. No one will even know that the sign's there. You won't even be able to see it. Are the boys really that long? The boys really are that long. Yeah, I'm excited. We're 16 away. Has to be said. Very, very excited about that. So yeah, we now have just 11 houses that we have to build to meet demand. And I'm thinking, you know what? We do have an empty section over here that has all the necessities for a... You know, look, it's got all the things we need. It's just missing a bed, right? So what if we could fix that? All we have to do is add a bed over here. And then we've got a lovely house. Like, to have a model railway in the garden would be really lovely. So we're going to take our acacia logs. Yeah, I think we're already basically... Oh, I love the glass down here. In fact, let's make this a minimalist house. I like that a lot, actually. I love the viewpoint down. Let's go for a minimalist house. So we'll place some glass here, because I think that looks really cool. And then we'll place some, you know, because for every little bit of homeliness you add to a building, you've got to add some unhomeliness. We'll place the entrance stairs there. And then we'll try to make the best house we can with literally 11 acacia logs. So I think that... Okay, I think we've already messed this up. We have to make that the staircase in. Because this is going to be a wall. This is going to be a wall. This is going to be a wall. And this is going to be a wall also. Then we'll use the 3 acacia logs we have left to make 12 blocks of wood. And then we'll place these bulging around it. Just like so. And then bulging inside. Yeah, there we go. This is looking great. Is this a house yet? No. Are we getting there? Vaguely. So we're just missing the blocks to make it a true house. So yeah, we need acacia wood. I'm gonna chop down this tree, chat. I'm gonna do it. This tree's been plaguing me for far too long. Let's remove the last semblance of acacia wood we have in this village, so that we can finish the good work that needs to be done. So let's make some acacia planks for this. We can use glass there, but not before it. Let's make some acacia planks go... We need to, like, have a staircase or something go here. We'll use slabs, though. It's slightly easier. So slabs go here. And slabs go back behind the chests, so you can't see back there. Okay, now when you look behind this wall, you could be convinced that it's solid, unless you look really carefully. But you probably won't look really carefully. And then also maybe a couple over here. Because, you know, too many windows is a bad thing. Then we just have to work out where the last of these acacia logs go. And I think on the ceiling. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that my last 8 acacia logs? Yes, it is. Oh, yeah. The house is coming together, though. We just need to tie it all in. So 1, 2, 3. And then... Oh, look at that. My house is looking absolutely lovely. Do you like this one, chat? I like this one a lot. I think by enclosing everything in, you add a whole new layer of beauty to it that just wasn't there before. I think if we replace these blocks with a couple blocks of glass, we could also do ourselves a favor. And then we'll move the acacia to be up there. Yeah, I think that looks lovely. Chat, I think I just made my own new village design. I'm pretty happy with it too, if I'm being totally honest. A thing og beauty. Yeah, I agree. What a house indeed. One of the best houses I've ever seen. One of the very best houses. So, yeah, if you happen to be Mr. LongBoi 174, is that? I bet you're feeling pretty good with your house right now. I bet you're enjoying it a lot. So, yeah, we still are running low on houses, but we're getting there. We're solving the housing crisis bit by bit here, chat. This is my plan, and it looks like it is slowly working. So I'm going to move these into the house next. I worry I'm losing villagers to all these zombies that I'm hearing, but I'm probably fine. I'm probably great. So how far funded are we? It actually says on screen, if I'm not mistaken, we're at 92% funded. Very exciting stuff. So I'll place a bed here. And a bed over here. Perfect. That way there's still a walkway through the house. This could probably do with some changes. I bet that would be better as an upside down stair. But it's fine. It's not my problem, so it's fine. Now we're going to grow 3 more trees. Just because I probably am going to need some more acacia wood. And then my plan is to work the next houses into the mountain over there. So, yeah, I've got this serious bunch of beds that are just kind of hanging around, not achieving very much. What if we put them somewhere useful? So right now, yeah, should we just remove these blocks? Not doing a lot of good for anyone right now. And then let's make this area much wider and much more open. Perfect. So we have a new wall which is moving all the way out here. It's great. It's wonderful. But what if it was more great and wonderful than it already was? What if we could build something special over here? I think that what we're going to do is we're going to move all these beds that we currently have right out of the way and put them over here. That way they're not taking up space in the main village. And there's a bunch of villagers just kind of hanging out around here, which I think would be a huge improvement. So I'm going to dig all of these blocks. By the way, look at that. Wait, where are the villagers? Chat, what happened to them? I saw them get angry. Ah. Did they die? They can't have escaped, right? Did they go to sleep and then wake up in the morning somewhere else? Ah. Also, just purchased a LongBoi, says Core. Hey, excited for you. I am very excited for you to receive it. I do love my LongBoi a lot. I have many positive feelings about him. And I'm glad that you will have a LongBoi to have positive feelings about soon. Okay, so Mr. Cartographer, would you like to move back to your house? I did build... Oh, you're not the one. I did build them a lovely house, and they have kind of ignored it ever since. This guy's gotten so close. You're doing such a good job, almost. Do they not like moving into houses where they're like locked in too much? Okay, there we go. I'll hope that makes things a bit better for them, and maybe they'll feel more comfortable moving in that way. So, Kat, would you ever consider building an automatic tree farm? They're pretty big with redstone, but some are simpler than others. I don't ever think it's the most essential thing, especially now that we have bamboo farms. It's only the logs themselves that you need to farm right, which isn't that high up a priority most of the time. So yeah, okay, next up, let's, I think we should move these houses inside the walls. I was going to move them into the mountain, but my idea wasn't really panning out perfectly there. Because if we leave them out on the ground here, it's just a bit, you know, a little bit ugly. So we have all these doors basically perfectly set up to do what I'm describing already. What if we use them for that? What if we use them as a place for beds? So this is going to be one big commune fest, I think. Let's go 1, and then 2, and then 3. We could have a bunch of them living in little shared houses together, rather than out in the fields doing nothing. I think it'd be a good way to kind of declutter this, and I think it would make a big difference to everything else. I have to get rid of some inventory spots first, it looks like. But otherwise, it's all working great. And then once we've removed that, we can maybe work on the flattening and everything else. The villagers are dying in protest to these living conditions. That is the best way to protest bad living conditions. If you die, you are showing they are literally unlivable in a way that you just can't while you're still alive. So then there's a bed here, and then there's a bed here. By moving them into their own little separate sections, I feel like we are adding a little bit of charm to this area too. I don't like that this walks directly into someone's front thing. So let's remove these doors and brick them up instead. So just, you know, just to make this look a little bit less messy, we'll just brick it up, and we'll make this be enterable from where the green door is. So there we go. In fact, we can remove this one too. I think I have a lot of excess acacia doors here, basically, that I'm slowly trying to turn into functional doors, and it'll be great. With automatic crafting, bamboo farms are super OP. I made one, ran it for 8 hours. I have more wood than I'll probably ever use. Yeah, honestly, Robin Brooks, I'm the same. We finally set it up on the last stream. This is not the right cartographer. How did this go so horribly wrong? Do I have correct cartographers? Have they all died in terrible villager accidents? I feel like the longer you spend around a village, the more terrible things just accidentally happen in the background. It really is something you got to watch out for. It's a big disaster, and it's one that's only avoidable with hindsight, which is the worst type of sight. No one is ever deliberately looking behind them. So we'll place some red beds here, and then over here, and then over here. And now we've got most of these places in their own little sealed off units. We obviously haven't sealed them off yet, but, you know, theoretically sealed off units. And we'll seal them using a fun block from the box. You know, we could use base salt, we could use deep slate. The choice is mine, really. Yeah, let's use some deep slate. Let's go for it. Let's grab a bunch of this, and let's craft some houses together. Wonder if chat will hit the 200 goal this stream. I am excited for that. Also, I miss South Asian Toy Cat. You know, maybe one day, Aroda. Maybe one day. So oh, yeah, I've done this a little bit wrong, but it's fine. I'll place this on this side of the wall instead. Over there. And then I'll have these go all the way out to the street. Yeah, great. Wonderful. No issues, no notes. So then we'll also have the same thing be the divider between this and the next side. Actually, we can use grass blocks for this. Looks like it'll be just fine. This is technically a house. Yeah, we did it. Okay, so we made one house over here. It's a little bit too big, if we're being honest. So we'll make a little separate studio coming off this. Just place a white bed over here. It can be, you know, it's technically not a house till it has its own door. So we'll place a door to this person's house, and we'll have 2 blocks of sand and 4 blocks of stone. Yep, looks great to me. Technically a house over there. So this one is one. I've lost track, chat. The numbers are gone. I have no clue what number we are on. I thought this would be the easiest thing to keep track of. I'll be honest, it has not been. It is not easy to keep track of at all. This was 173. Was that the last number? No, it can't be 173. 170 says another likely comment. Can't be that either. Counting is really hard. Yeah, I think what it is keeping track of the count, right? When you're doing so many other things. Messes you up entirely. It shouldn't. Just start counting down from 200. That's what we should have done, Alex. See, 12 more LongBois left to sell. I cannot believe it. It is very exciting. Contact your accountant. I will contact my accountant. Cat! You are temporarily... Have I done this correctly? You're 35 houses. What was the last number I did? As my accountant, I hope you know. Build 2 more houses for my LongBois. 175. Ray tracing is nice, but I have some issues that bug me to no end, so I often play without a neighborhood. Are you a landlord because you rent out houses, or do you rent out... Because you rent out houses, you're a landlord? Are you a toolmaker because you make tools, or do you make tools because you're a toolmaker? There's the question. 175. If only there were people with blue names who were keeping track of the house numbers. I blame you, Ruby loves Sonic 2. You've got a blue thing after your name, which is basically the same. Okay, so either that was my last house, or this one here was. I feel like it was those ones there, though. No, I am lost. Okay, 173 was probably it. So we'll just say 174, 175, and 176. So this house here, if it has walls on the right, it's not, it doesn't yet, but it will be 176. Gray is basically blue. You know, of logic like that, you should definitely not be speaking to my lawyer. Okay, so we'll then just place deep slate all the way over here. Next up, I think I've started picking up too many of these doors. I think we can all agree. I've got too many doors, right, chat? Big problem. One I'm starting to run into. What if we made a house out of doors? And I know what you're thinking. That's crazy, Toy Cat. But is it so crazy? Oh, it is. You can't really make corners out of doors. Okay, what if we made a house mostly out of doors? So we'll make it like right here in the center. Actually, yeah, we'll move these to be around the bell now. Okay, so we're gonna do our very best. But the house is gonna be, okay, so place one bed there, one bed there, one bed over here. Okay, so what if we could make door exclusive house? It would look like this.
Hey Toy Cat, how are you doing today? So excited for my LongBoi to arrive. Party face, party face, party face. I unfortunately missed the original sale, so was so excited to get one now. Also, I am Welsh.
Hey, I'm glad to hear you're Welsh. I'm doing very Welsh today. Thank you for asking. I do feel like the it's been a while since that reference first popped up. But it's cool that you've been around since then. I love and that is the beauty of the I'm Welsh thing. Like, it really does. The weirdest thing became an in-joke, and I love that it did. Also, how did you even get here? How did you even? Did I leave the door open? I didn't. He just spawned somewhere around here. And that's a bad thing we need to fix. But this is my cartographer I actually care about. No, it's not. He likes these houses he's living in, though, chat. See, you might say, like, oh, Toy Cat, these houses are so bad. But they are becoming very livable very quickly. Okay, so my door house is a bit experimental. I'll grant you that much. It's very experimental. But I think it meets all the criteria of a house. I think it's just fine. Yeah, I think this is a perfect house. I don't think we could do better as a house if we tried. And so I'm going to say house achieved. We'll just have to place a couple of these over here. And then a couple of these over there. That's a house. That's definitely a house. That's house number 177. If you bought LongBoi 177, you can tell me if that's a good house. And the answer is yes. That is the correct answer. Honestly, I would like a crafting table house. Is there anything stopping me from making a crafting table house? What's the smallest? If you can have corners, you have to put doors on the outside of a corner block. Oh, you're totally right, actually. Okay, you know what? Now we need to try it, right? There's no way we don't give that a shot after learning a fact like that. Okay, let's try making a house out of doors again. Okay, so I'm gonna try over here. You know, there's already there's a healthy, vibrant market happening already. What if this? Oh yeah, what if this? Oh, there's a torch there. What if this was a house, chat? What if a house was a... Yeah, this is the house. Put a little glass block above it. Boom. This is 178, chat. A villager can live in here. I mean, he can't craft and he can't sleep. And he might go crazy. Chat, would you live in this apartment if the rent was 100 times less than your current rent? Would you? I think I would. Okay, so I would have to lean like this to sleep, right? You broke a sign and didn't notice. Oh yeah, I noticed also. Oh, there's armadillos spawning here. I'm surprised that I haven't brought an armadillo anywhere in this world, right? Yeah, I did all the dogadillo stuff in a different world. So I have been missing out. Okay, please be the right type of cartographer. Nope, he's not. I call that House of Dawn. Not enough room for my hobbies. You know, is this enough room for your hobbies? Yeah, my houses are slowly starting to... My houses are slowly starting to fall apart. I'm gonna conclude that is true. Okay. Next up, by the way, 190 sold. We're 95% there, chat. 95% there. Okay, I need to get some acacia wood, but I'm all out. If I want to make anything in this field... Okay, summer's grown. We're fine. Okay, so we can make a house out of another type of village wood too. My hobby is opening doors. Seems perfect. There we go. We found someone who would live in this luxury apartment that we have built. What a beautiful thing. So yeah, I think we should still build this extension to the wall. Yeah, I think we should, chat. I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, so how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna stay on track and get this done? Okay, so I need to build houses, but how do I build houses in a way that actually makes sense, chat? Did you put a sign on the acacia/glass house you like? The acacia glass house. Yeah, I did. Yep, there's one on that. Toy Cat as a landlord would be interesting. I mean, look how much I've revolutionized this village already. I'm going to take a step back, and I'm going to admit, I've changed all the major things that I would necessarily change, and then I've done a couple of things that I haven't necessarily wanted to. So rather than continuing to do things just to get it done, let's take a step back, and let's consider, first of all, how I can get through... I think I'm at 178 now. So I need to get through like 10 bulk houses. How do I make 10 villager apartments? And then what villager houses do I really want to make here? What houses do we really want to make here? That is the question. I want to know the answer. Some of these are definitely breaking city codes. The good news is, Pyrite, I actually make the city codes, and I've decided they do not. That is the handy thing about this. We could furnish this little area. Yeah, that's maybe what we should do. We should furnish this whole little extra area with apartments. Yeah, that's probably the best thing to do. I'll check that area over there, actually, in the corner. It feels like if we could just move a bunch of beds into there, we could get a bunch of houses moving. Okay, so now we just have to Andrews for MP 2029. Damn straight, Eroda. Damn straight. Okay, so we got a bunch of doors here. Let's look at the bones that we've got here. Now let's think about how to make these feel like houses. Because when we're building the doors one wide, I don't love the feeling. I don't want to do that everywhere if I can. So what if we made it two wide? What if we replaced every other door and built a divider here? We'd get houses that are 2 to 3 blocks wide. Or 3 blocks wide in general, actually. 3 blocks wide is a bit too
Toy
wide.
Cat, is there any chance that my house can say, I am Welsh and I play Big Salmon Edition on it? Also, you should make a penthouse somewhere.
Oh, a penthouse. Oh, I like that one. Okay. You know, let's work it out. 10 houses right in a row. Should be easy to do. That corner house there. Oh, I didn't place a sign on that one, did I? That would have been the last house, so that would have been the one where I lost track. I might have undercounted by not counting that one correctly. Which is interesting, but fine. Okay, so we need at least... We'll do a bulk batch of signs for the next 3 there, and then for the next 2. So we'll make 9 signs, and that should get us to 195. Hopefully, we make it to 195 today, or I'm going to have too many signs. It's going to be embarrassing. But let's grab all of the stone from here. I swore I had stone. Chat, where's the stone? I had too much stone earlier. I got rid of some. And now I'm learning I have too little stone. It's very tragic. So we're going to place our grass blocks back over here. This is a bit messy. Feels like that could be filled in easily. Then let's just make this path a little bit more reasonable. Looks wonderful to me. I think so. Okay, then let's go check all of the chests. Do you think anyone would like to live at the bottom of this hole, chat? I mean, some pillagers certainly would. You know, I have to go kill them. I like the ominous bottles too much to not go murder this pillager right now. Whee! Oh, I should have maced him. That was the perfect situation for mace. What do we get? We got Bad Omen 5. Wow. You can go through all the trial vaults in the world if you want to. But all it takes is one Bad Omen 5 to make you realize what's going on there. So yeah, this is a bit of a weird part of my village. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what I was designing when I made this. I made something that I thought was really cool, but I just don't know. I just don't know what it's actually meant to be. But in here, what's that? A ton of stone. More stone than a human being could ever think about using. Oh my god, I've got so much stone. Oh yeah, I need to do something about all this stone. And granite and gravel. But yeah, let's go divide some places. I feel like pillager captains usually give the higher Bad Omen. I think it's random, so it must feel higher, right? Because a random 1 to 5 is better than a random 1 to 3. But yeah, got a second Bad Omen 5. Means I can finally use one next time I'm looking for wind bursts soon anyway, right? So we could turn that into something fun. Ominous bottle. I'm so out for loot lore, says Lexi. Did you not follow the latest Minecraft update? You are missing out if so. Let's break a bunch of these, actually. You know, I've got Silk Touch on, so maybe I shouldn't be breaking these. Let's grab a bunch of melons. What is the harm in trying? Okay, 46. I'll put them somewhere. The villagers need glowberry juice for their quality of life. It's true. I mean, there's this funny thing, right? In Russia, they tried to remove the glowberry juice for a little while. And there were huge riots, but they're like, but it's going to help everyone's health in the long run. But then the tax revenue went down so badly because, you know, people were still drinking, you know, glowberry juice, just not via tax mechanisms. They're like, okay, fine, you can have it. If you really want to, drink yourself to death. And then, like, again, they're like, okay, no, for real though this time, don't buy illegal glowberry juice. Just please, we're trying to make you make healthy decisions here. And then everyone's like, sure. And then everyone just kept drinking the illegal glowberry juice. It's one of my favorite stories of, like, you know, everyone likes to believe that, like, authoritarian regimes have 100% control over their citizens. But a single look at any authoritarian regime will show you, like, oh, yeah, no, you still need to give people the simple pleasures. Good building blocks. Yeah, it's a good number of building blocks for sure. Okay, so I'm going to build some slightly wider apartments back here. It's going to be some real messy looking ones. But that's just fine. Okay, so we need to build 10 in quick order. It's like World War II has just happened, and I need to get a bunch of apartments built. So, also, this villager is looking very concerned in his empty house. Would you like a bed? He wouldn't like a bed. If I gave him a bed, I think I would disappoint him. So now I'm going to place a torch there, and then go to my... Oh, wow! There's 2 guys sleeping in my house. Sorry. I know it's rude to give villagers a bed, and then kick them out of it. But these guys definitely deserved it. Okay, so... we need to move some beds into here. But if we do, we can very quickly come up with a bunch of little subdivided apartments living in a wall. So we've got one over here. Is that the first one? This is the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then here is 5. 1. Okay, so this is 5. So then this would be 6. It's really easy to do these because they're missing doors, meaning it was actually good that I destroyed some earlier. And then this could be 7. There's going to be a lovely corner unit over here. I feel like this will be a sought-after one. So put in your offers soon, everyone. This is number 7. And then this would be... oh, I'm out of blocks again. This could be number 8. I'll put a little glass down to recognize it. And then this would be number 9. And then finally, we'd have 10 go there. So that could be 10 units built very, very quickly. Very, very cheaply. And all, you know, can be functional if we just get ourselves 10 crafting tables to throw in there. I think you can't have a house without a crafting table. It's a necessity. And we also need to get a bunch of stone. Need to get a bunch of stone indeed. Okay, and then that'll get us up to 188. Just to make sure we're, like, close to finishing here. So 10 crafting tables, let's go. So, oh, I got way more than 10. Okay, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make some oak planks. Actually, I think anytime you want to make crafting tables, it makes sense to use these, right? So we'll take these out. We'll turn them all into blocks of bamboo. Turn those blocks of bamboo. I don't actually know how to do the fun Java sorty thing, but let's just make a ton of crafting tables. 12 crafting tables sounds good. Okay, then we can afford to throw this back in there, just in case that's relevant. And then we can go back down. Did I get rid of the melons yet? I did. That's good. So now we're going to go back down and grab some stone. So, Kat, I saw your latest RAM review. 3 months in a Minecraft world. It's crazy. So, you know what's crazy is 3 months... like, given that Minecraft has been around, if you're playing Bedrock Edition at least, the longest you could have been playing is since 2011, if you play Pocket Edition, or 2012 if you started on Xbox 360. So 2 different routes, but that means 12 to 13 years is the maximum time. And 3 months out of 12 years is a lot, but I know someone out there has played more days legit. I know there is someone out there who puts Amble, you know, my lovely editor. He left a comment if you want to ask him anything about the world. But there is someone out there that puts his world to shame. And I want to find that. I want to find the person who looks at 3 months and goes, yeah, that'd be nice. I could have enjoyed it. I want to see it. And it's a little bit of a worry. Okay, I want to share this little insecurity here because I there's a real worry that at some point someone's like, oh, this is the way I get Toycat to look at my world. But there's no way to verify how long someone spent in the world. It is going to be entirely trust-based. But I like to believe that we have an audience here on this channel that isn't all about, you know, like pushing the things for the sake of it. And I think, therefore, we're going to be fine. I am excited to see, will it be 15,000 days? 20,000 days? I don't think anything more than 20,000 is realistic. 20,000 days is about 5 months played, and over 10 years, that would just mean playing for, I guess, 2 hours a day every day. Isn't that unrealistic, actually? But 2 hours a day every single day without fail is still very intense, right? It's a lot of hours. So you get a little window to your neighbor's apartment here. Only on these ones. Only on these ones. Do you want to see my world just past 15,000 days, says Cancerous Attitude? Did it really, though? Is that a joke, Cancerous Attitude? My world's only a few months old, and I'm only almost at 2k days. Yeah, it's a fun thing to think about. I guess all of these doors are on a higher level, so I'm just going to place some stone around it to make this on a higher level. Yeah, and then we'll have to fill this in too. Fill this in as well. And start placing our crafting tables. Again, this is just part one of the goodie package that everyone who lives here gets to receive. This is a bit of a small apartment. It had to be made smaller so the corner unit could be bigger, to be fair. It's a nice corner unit. It's a very, very lovely space. Needs some glass to go down here. Always a must. And needs some stuff to go over here too. Does the day play counter only track days played before Bedrock, or does the only track days played on Bedrock, or the things before it? I found some people who claimed that it does track the console days. I haven't verified their evidence, but they had some, so you know it's not like a random claim out of nowhere. But again, I haven't verified that it is true yet, but it doesn't seem like it isn't true. Okay, so crafting table, go in, crafting table, go in, crafting table, go in, and then I think there's one more. Oh, there's two more over here actually. Crafting table in. I think I must have overplaced the crafting table, or I must have multiple in some places. But that's us up to 188 by the end of these, or maybe 189. But I'm just gonna go with 188. Assume we didn't make some mistake in here somewhere. There's two doors to this one apartment. Oh, it's not one apartment. That's why. Okay, so yeah, I feel like these could do with a little window on the front door to help them look just a little bit more like somewhere that someone is actually living. I don't think we can place a window on this, guys. Maybe above the door. But just, you know, every other one, by placing like a window there, it just makes it look a little bit more like someone actually lives there, right? Do you agree with this, chat? Is this a nice advancement, or is this a terrible advancement? This one definitely needs to stone up. Yeah, it's a small change that we made to these walls, but I think an important change. We got a nice insignificant, not insignificant change made here. The days are probably tracked across versions like console to Bedrock because that information is stored in the world file. They're able to translate across versions. But I guess the question, Cobra, is can they reliably track console edition days? Console edition had no reason to track your days played, right? Okay, so there are 190 LongBois sold. I really need to use the bathroom, chat. I had an interesting pizza for dinner. I could tell you all about it once I'm back. So I'm just I'm gonna hang out in one of these new places I built. I'll hang out in my premium corner unit here. My 188. 188. And I'm going to just quickly hang out right over here. There's a missing glass there. Glad I spotted that. And, you can see over the walls again here. There's no easy way to fix that besides just using slabs, is there? I think that's what we'll have to do in the end. So for now, let's remove this, place that. And maybe the floor could be something nicer in this one too. You know, if they're living in the corner unit, they do deserve a more premium floor experience. I don't think the other ones do. I think sand is perfectly fine for them. But these guys could do with a slight improvement. And so let's give them one. We'll remove these two blocks. Make them look like they're oak wood, so it looks like it's wood all the way around. Yeah, there we go. It's a basic house, but it's a nice one. So there are just 191 sold. There is single digits left to go till the LongBois are funded. I need to use the bathroom though, chat. Chair stream. Everyone's favorite, I hope. Ooh. Wow! 2 people bought LongBois while I was gone. Is that the secret to selling? You know, you ever heard the, what's the name of the technique? It's the door in the face technique or something like that. It's something like if you want to sell something small, sell something big first. And, you know, people will be like, well, I've already bought the big thing, might as well buy the small thing. And there's also the reverse technique of make sure someone buys something small, so they'll buy something big. They don't necessarily want, you know, get people in a purchasing mood and they'll continue their purchasing, is the logic. Someone, I just got mine, I'm 191. Hey, thank you somebody. Okay, so we've got 5 houses we've got to build right now, at present. Let's build some fun ones. I feel like we got a lot of big and a lot of small. Or I guess we got a lot of medium and small, let's be honest. How many houses can you build in a given amount of time? It is a question with a finite answer. So there we go. I think we should remove this too. It's just a little bit ugly. Let's fix that up. So let's build houses that are a bit bigger than 1 block wide. My door house is beautiful. Honestly, I do kind of like this. And let's make this into something special, shall we? How do we make this corner here? Actually, I might need to use this for something later. We've got a ton of beds in here though, so this is where we want to be for our houses. So I think that these crops right here should be turned into a house. I don't know what that means, chat, but I know I want to do it. Okay, what if we... Okay, I know how I'm going to do this, chat. I know how I'm going to turn these crops into a house. Just roll with this, okay? We place a ton of stone bricks all the way around this. We have to replace some torches, but that's fine. Okay, yeah, this is great. This is it'll be a livable house by the time we're done with it. All the way to the side over here, where we'll then have to change some stuff or something. I don't know. Okay, so we build this all the way 2 stories high, and then we switch out for some glass. Or we get, you know, at this point it's just a garden wall. But then we'll put some glass in there. Oh no, 195 sold. Wow, chat. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I can't believe it. My brain's capacity to build houses is much less than I thought it was. Especially given the constraints. Like, if I had enough acacia, I feel like we could start to be experimental in ways. But right now, I'm like, okay, we're in survival mode. How are we going to do this? So then we'll have a bunch of glass. Here we go. Glass go all the way along the top here. And then we'll have one last block to rule it all. Can I open it from here? Yes, I can. Throw the glass back in, throw the stone back in, and grab out some of that polished granite, because that's what I'm finishing this house up with. So obviously, this isn't a house yet, because it can't be entered in a meaningful way. That is something we need to change if we want to call this a house. So what do we do for that? Also, I think this is a bit of a tight gap over here. What do we do to make this a meaningfully enterable house? We add an acacia door right over here. Actually, 1 block to the right. Okay, so look at this, chat. We've got everything we need for a house. We've got a door. We can add a bed in there. I don't know where you sleep in a potato farm. Is it potato, actually? It's a potato farm. So I guess what we do is we remove a little area of potatoes. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll remove this little area of potatoes. Put a white bed over here. Oh, you can't actually place beds on farmland. Chat, did you know you can't place beds on farmland? That's a dumb rule. What if I want to sleep in the potato fields? You see, you know, it's moments like this that I just realize that I'm not cut out to be a house builder in the way that I always thought I was. We have to place it all back down now. Place one of these. Place one of these. And this is a house, I think you'll find. We'll have a back door over here. And we'll obviously have to close this in with some stone. 1, 2, 3. But this is a house, chat. You can't say that it's not. So this is 189 lockdown. I'm not going to place the sign. I don't need to. I know it's 189. 189. We're 99% funded now, chat. There are 2 LongBois. 2 of these guys standing between the LongBoi not existing and it is. This is one of the best value things that you can get just by itself. Again, I feel like $29.99 for this anywhere would already be a fun thing. But then it gets to be a Toy Cat branded thing. It's a one-time sell. It is sold and produced one time, and then you know, like eventually, and then they are shipped. There is no like, oh yeah, I'll just buy it later if I want it. Now is your time. If you're on the fence about getting a LongBoi, now is the time. Get yourself one. You'll love him, and he will love you. Speaking of things that will love you, I'm gonna build house number 190 now. I'm gonna be 8 behind again somehow. But let's build house number 190. Honestly, I think I want to bring some villagers to my bamboo farm, chat. I think I want to bring some villagers over there. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I know this is a crazy thing to do when it's this late, and I really need to stop. I know it's a crazy thing to do, but if I'm gonna build a house, I should build one that I really desperately need anyway. So let's go and do it. Let's bring our villagers over. It's gonna be actually kind of hard to do, but I have water buckets on me. 199 sold. 1 more to go, chat. 1 more LongBoi, and then they are guaranteed to be produced. Oh, I cannot tell you how exciting this is. Hey, it happened! He's real! It's not theoretical. No refunds and returns of processes. If you have bought a LongBoi, it is officially coming. They are. You'll have a shipping date. It's all confirmed. It's happening now. Woo! The LongBois are funded. It happened, chat. Can you believe it? It happened. We did it. We did it. I'm so glad I'm finally getting a LongBoi. Hey, good to see you, Jira. Did you get a LongBoi the first time around? That is so exciting. Thank you to everyone who funded it. There is if you're curious about my own personal position, there are all sorts of costs that happen that stop at 400. So getting to and that like retroactively apply. There is a huge incentive for me as a creative to make sure that we end up at 400. So that is my like personal goal before the end of the campaign. But to finally hit 200, guarantee that anyone who wants a LongBoi can have one, is huge. Oh, it's not moving. Why is it not moving? Did I do something wrong? Okay, I'm just gonna grab it again, maybe. It's gonna be fine. Just. It won't let me. It's the potatoes again, isn't it? It's always the potatoes. I'm just gonna have to nudge it out for the potato weed. Yeah, it's because it's on farmland. I bet it won't move. It won't leave the farmland. It's gotta like. If I do that, maybe there we go. Can it scoop up in the water? I think I have to place a bunch of blocks down. 201, chat. There we go. You have to bounce it out. What a mess. What a silly mechanic that is. Okay, so we're gonna bring these guys on a little bit of an adventure. Always love a good villager kidnapping adventure. What if you built a house from Cahokia? Chat, do you know what Cahokia is? Am I the weird one for not knowing? Or is chat the weird one for suggesting I should know? Okay, this way. No, don't hurt. It's okay, you don't need to. And then we'll go this way. I've got to work out a better way to get villagers to the locations they need to be in. Like, this is a method. I feel like I could have a better method, though. And a LongBoi bot is now guaranteed to be made and shipped, says Cat Beanie. It's true. It's true. That is so exciting. Thank you to everyone who got the number to 200. How very exciting. I can't wait for you all to get your LongBois. Obviously, like I said, the whole point of the only reason it works for as cheap as $29.99 is the economies of scale of being able to produce all at once and ship all at once. Produce to order, specifically only the number that are ordered. And so it is very, very cool to hit that milestone as we have right now. So, now, what if you, Cahokia is a large pre-Columbian city center near St. Louis. It's normal not to know. Thank you for saying that, Time Warper. I feel like a lot of people on the internet, and in life more generally, are kind of like, oh, you don't know this? How weird of you. I have one of my brother is very, very fun in lots of ways. But whenever he's got this like problem of like, the way he hypes things, he's like, this thing is the best. And he's like, and you're like, oh, I haven't heard of it. You're like, you haven't heard of it? As if it's like an insane thing to imagine. Like, a small bakery that opens 4 hours a day on a Sunday. You haven't? Wow, I can't believe, how are you even alive? I think it's like useful for like, I don't know, there's like a type of extroverted person who's like good at selling that way. Also, Tom Stendhal says that they have played 45,000 days on my main world. I'm housebound and play way too much Minecraft. So by my calculations, that's a minimum of a year. Or a minimum of about 11 months, let's be fair. But a maximum of 2 years. How long has that been over? Can you send me your world to play? What have you gotten up to in 45,000 days? Are you excited to hit, I think it's 77,000, the max number of days? Is that like on your radar at all? Okay, I'm gonna leave these guys here. I'm gonna just fly away real quick. Hopefully all the mobs will despawn, and then I'll come back and my villagers will be there in the morning. Hopefully that's what will happen here. Got 164,000 days in my world, 16,400 days in my world. It's not hardcore though. Oh yeah, no one cares if it's hardcore. Like, it'd be dumb to lose a 20,000 day world. 625 days of 24-hour Minecraft. Yeah, right. Would be ludicrous. But not impossible, to be clear. I mean, that Minecraft has been out for a lot more than 625 days. So there's a lot of enemies still existing here, which is a bad sign. And it looks as though... It's weird that they didn't despawn, right, chat? Like, I was very far away. I always feel like I understand Minecraft mechanics, and then I don't again. It's the beauty of the game. You never truly understand it. So I need to build 12 more houses, by the way, chat. But one of my houses I want to build for these guys. If we're building a house for villagers anyway, these guys deserve a village house the most. Have I traded with either of them, actually? Would ruin me if I had. Okay. I don't know why they're even still toolsmiths. You're nowhere near a tool table, fellas. That's okay, though. You can live your life the way you want to. I wonder what this flag here is meant to be. No, I just placed the banner there. That's nice. They were supposed to despawn. Mine's not hardcore. It is without cheats enabled. Yeah, like, hardcore hasn't existed for the longest time. I don't think, outside of, like, YouTube thumbnails, no one cares if you play your world in hardcore or not. And even in YouTube, like, in the YouTube land, it's not possible to prove. Even when you stream, I saw a video where someone proved that you can stream, and if you just put a delay on the stream, you can fake, you know, like, if you die, you just have to use that stream, use the 30 seconds of delay to, you can cleverly hide a death even when you're streaming if you really want to. The whole thing is, like, hardcore is a fun and it's a fun belief. It is as much as anything else in your world. If you publish books in your world, or you say there's a mayor who has the ability to enforce punishment, or whatever it is, it's all belief that you get to have or not have. Orange Sun Scotland flag, Scottish colonial Brazil, alternate history. You can open to LAN and enable cheats. I'll try and open to LAN on my world, Jura. Yeah, exactly. I think the funny thing about Minecraft is it is the easiest game in the world to cheat in, especially on Java. I think I guess you could argue it's even easier on Bedrock, right? Like, there's no way to permanently lock your world on Bedrock. Speaking of...
Night Toy Cat and the rest of chat. Thank you for the LongBoi, Mr. Toy Cat, and I hope all 201 of you enjoy yours too.
I really hope all 201 of you... I hope that all of you enjoy yours too, by the way. Yes, triangular cherry mansion approaching, says Jeremy Baramy. Hey, Jeremy Baramy, that's the shape of the universe in The Good Place. I'm glad you like my cherry mansion. I spent far too long on it. I thought it was such a cool build idea. I'm glad that you appreciate it. I just believe me, my 50,000 day hardcore world is cheat free. The cool thing about Bedrock is there's no way to the day counter stops at 72,000. I don't know if it's like intention or anything. I would guess that it's not. But there's never going to be someone who's like, yeah, I've just had my world open and slept every single night, 24 hours a day since Xbox 360 came out. Trust me, because there's no trust past 72,000 days, which works out to some insane amount of real world time. Anyway. And I feel like if you saw it, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's just someone whose world's timer broke or something. I don't think we're gonna see anyone come anywhere close to that. Yes, someone gets the reference. Yeah, I love The Good Place. I feel like it's a really clever. It's really clever. In the way that it starts as a basic premise, but then actually, you know, there's a philosophy teacher and they start making fun of him, but then they actually just teach you philosophy. Basic, but like still, right? The fact that they even bring it up for you to learn about later. It's really cool in my opinion. So, Good Place is top tier. Yeah, it really is. To spoil it for anyone, you know, there is a twist. But it got me so good. It's so rare you can pull off a twist that big and it actually be like a what? But it worked on me. It worked. And I know whenever you're expecting a twist, it ruins a thing. I'm glad I watched Fight Club knowing there was a twist, and I was still like, I was misled about what the twist would be. I think if I ever was to produce a movie myself, I'm not going to produce a movie. If I was going to make like a fictional work like that, you've got to have an obvious twist look like it's going to appear, and then you got to shift expectations on that to something else. I think that's just the way you've got to do it. So that people can say that there's a twist without ruining a thing. Because it's going to be the one thing everyone wants to talk about, right? Maybe I'm crazy, though. That's what The Good Place really is. Having enough time with the people you love. Very, very wholesome indeed. Okay, so, you know, I think, yeah, I think the end of the show goes a bit dark. But in a way that's, like, necessary to discuss, but also, like, it's a bit like, oh, didn't think that would be a thing. Like, there's a part of the show where they're, like, to talk about it briefly. They're like, yeah, so we've all gone to, like, the best place possible. But honestly, sometimes you get bored of eternal paradise, and so they invent a door that allows you to truly die, even from heaven, and eventually everyone goes through it. And it's like, that's, you know, like, there's a couple in the show, and then one of them's like, yeah, I think I'm ready to go through the hole. And the other one, you know, it's crazy. You know, the concept of, you know, like, endless eternal good, if it has people that you care about in it, what about if those people don't want to be there anymore? Which is kind of like a human level problem by itself. Like, one of the things we enjoy most can be other people, you know, like, a really good friend is something you really appreciate. But what about when that friend doesn't want to be around you anymore? So yeah, it's a good question. I'm writing a fantasy novel called The Chieftain of the Temple, and I'm most of the way done with a rough draft. Oh, that's cool, Time Warper. I hope it goes well. I hope that people like it as much as you like it. I think working on any creative work is real hard because of the time you go. Like, I think the cool thing I liked about YouTube is the direct feedback cycle. You know, making a thing every day means you get to kind of see, like, success, failure, good, bad, etc. It'd be terrifying. It'd be really, really terrifying to work on something for a year and not see. But also, it comes out more pure. But yeah, just a fun reminder that if the best thing in your world is people, that those people thinking that you are the best thing is as much of a blessing too. Those people wanting to spend time with you at all is a thing that you should appreciate too. Set up an obvious twist, reveal the twist isn't the obvious one, and then do another twist where it is the obvious one. Oh, that's I like that idea. Ruby likes Sonic too. I like set up a fake twist, then move it into a real twist. It's actually a really good idea. Yeah, I like it a lot. Yeah, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a little underground house for these guys. I don't know where my thing went. There we go. I think I'm gonna set up a little underground house for these fellas. And then I'm gonna use. Oh no. I think if I set up a little underground house, I can have them always be there as Fletchers. And then if I just need emeralds, or even experience, right? I'll be able to just trade with these guys as the Fletchers they are. So that is my plan. I've been working on my own game for a year and it still isn't ready for anyone to test it. Yeah, it's crazy if you think about what a year is, right? The time... I think all the time about, like, how many things there are in the world that aren't successful. One of the biggest things that you have on your side is the ability to make lots of things. Whenever anything's real big, like, I feel like even when I make, like, also, I can't believe that it's now on the path. Oh, it doesn't come off the path. Boat physics are so janky. Boat physics are so ridiculously janky. Why does it gotta be this way? Why? Why are they trapped on the dirt path? Who would design it this way? Okay, there we go. It's silly that is a fix, but I'm glad that it is. Okay, so we'll get these villagers real close to where we want them to be. We'll give them some real work sites soon. But we'll just make a little underground house for them, like right here, where the bamboo blocks are. In fact, we'll slide them through here if we can. Can we? Yes, we can. And so, yeah, we'll just make a little hole underneath them. Can't believe this stopped again, by the way. It just always does. And the little hole will be, like, over here somewhere. And it'll connect into the rest of the farm in some easily manageable way. Okay, perfect. So I can leave these fellas here for now, but there's a chance that goes poorly. And so this is where the house comes in, chat. Wow, I think they need a house, right? I think they do need a house indeed. So I'm going to have to just get rid of these blocks. I do need these quite badly, but I've just got to accept that they're gone. And then I'm going to go to sleep because it's scary and late. Gonna hope that my stuff is still running around. Give it a little nudge in the right direction. There we go. I think that was actually the wrong direction. We'll see soon. Okay, so the bamboo is still coming in. Is this still ticking up as it goes? Oh, it's not, chat. It's not. Okay, there we go. We got it ticking again. So yeah, it looks as though all of this stuff just automatically will break itself every time I leave. Something which is crucial to know. But yeah, let's take some of the bamboo blocks we've gotten. Oh, there's so many, chat. There's so many blocks of bamboo that I've picked up. And let's build the 190th house. Toycat has a 29-year-old hardcore world. I'm impressed. I am, in fact, living in a 29-year-old hardcore world. Make no mistake. Okay, so I'm gonna have the boat drop down, and it's gonna be a 2-deep hole, maybe even deeper than that. But that's the plan here, and we'll come into it from over here. Okay, so I can see them actually. They're just at the edge of the cacti, which is really not an ideal place for them to be, right? But this is where the little entrance to their hidey hole is gonna be. And we'll remove the ceiling. Okay, the ceiling has to stay there. Which means what it makes sense to do is actually have this be where the hidey hole is. And this can be where the doorway in and out is. Okay, so let's replace all the blocks that keep them safe from stuff like this. Maybe we'll have to remove these blocks later, but that's a future me problem. Then let's replace the... Okay, just throw away my cactus. Place some dirt over there. Okay, so they've got a miniature house. And they've got a way in, but they won't be able to walk out. Actually, they might be able to. We'll just place a trapdoor or something. Something that they don't want to open. So now we go to a crafting table. We confirm this is still working. It is. It's beautiful the way this works, by the way. So now we just have to go and craft all the wooden things we want. So obviously they need to have beds. Oh, so I'm gonna have to break their boat at some point. We need to have beds, but we need to have a door first, or a couple of trapdoors first. So trapdoors, let's go. And then we'll make the rest of this look great after that. So trapdoor there and trapdoor there. Nice. So they're not going to be able to open both to get out, and even if they could, it wouldn't work for them. So now we just break all the blocks around them, and then we break their boat. And then I think I want to give them fletching assignments first, just before we do anything else here. And they're going to be locked in a little place there forever. I feel like Mojang could have found a more interesting way to implement auto-crafting. I'm not convinced that there's like a creativity problem in auto-crafting. You could argue there's a creativity problem that they had to introduce it to begin with. But I think they're really struggling with, like, if you think about redstone ideas, they've added most of the most consequential ones already. So they have to work out how to, like, you know, it's a similar problem with building blocks. Like, also, thank you, 202 sold, and just had a YouTube advert for a Minecraft add-on, security expansion, 830 Minecoins. You played this. That is fascinating that they're choosing to advertise them that way. It clearly must be working for them, but it feels like it wouldn't. Like, to me, that feels like an insane advertisement to make. But maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so let's put some of our blocks in here. And then I think a block that detected colors would be interesting. Yeah, that's a fun idea. Something, I feel like they cleverly did the whole wireless redstone thing with sounds. But even then, I don't know, I thought it would be cool, and then it's been in the game for years, and I still haven't had a huge desire to do much with it, you know? Maybe that's a creativity problem for me. Maybe I've stopped being creative. Hey, 203 sold! 101% funded! Woo! Woo! Oh, wait, I need to grab some fletching cables. Cannot believe where we're at. Okay, so fletching tables require flint. Flint is all the way over here. So we just need 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 2 per. Let's make like 4 though. Like extra fletching tables, just so we've got them hanging around. Wireless redstone is fun for traps. Yeah, I feel like, though, you know, trolling being the best use for something is not a good sign, personally. So, is the zombie anywhere near me? He's not, so we're fine. So we're going to have to... Oh, this is a bit of a pain if we got to crouch into here. Okay, so now we just have to place our fletching tables down. I need to make another crafting table, honestly, first. Place it right over... Oh, can't place it there. Place it right over here. Just so... I guess if we remove some blocks below this, we can do it. And then future me will know exactly where that is based on this. And then we make 4 fletching tables. And I'll deliberately make them so that they trap certain villagers in certain places. So, where would you like to live, Mr. Villager? You would like to live there? What a good decision that you have made for yourself. And you would like to live over here? What an also good decision that you have made for yourself. Now, I will help you with your wanting to live places decisions by placing blocks around you. And boom! 2 Fletchers hanging out in a place. That there, you know, there's not going to be any landlord checks down here. Going to make sure the tenancy agreements are between me and my villager friends. And now I can sell them sticks because obviously I can get sticks very easily. And they can refresh. And I can get easy emeralds. And I can store those easy emeralds in an easy chest. Which I'll put, I don't know, around here somewhere probably. And then if I need to, I can just breed these villagers together. I don't know if they can breed over there if I have to remove one of their fletching tables. But it should be easy enough to breed them for more stuff. And, yeah, this floor could do with a little bit of a, you know, zazz up. Is zazz a word? Zzzz. Let's just place some bamboo everywhere. Make it look a little nicer, you know. Just a little. And there we go. What a wonderful place we're living in. So, chat, this is a house. If you don't think it's a house, then try living here. And we also have the wonderful ability to make these into bamboo planks, then to make these into sticks. And then we can sell said sticks with villagers just as a way to get some emeralds and some experience at the same time. I don't think it's going to be my fastest XP farm, but if I needed a bunch of emeralds anyway, I think this could be a good one to sit at. Maybe. Maybe not. You need to put a torch down there. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Dazed and confused. That's not even just a good idea, that is a necessarily good idea. Okay, so I'll place a torch over here, torch over there too. And then hopefully this will keep mobs out. Yeah, I'm fairly sure. I mean, worst case, we can just put some more trapdoors down. I think we'll be fine. Yay, 100%. Yeah, exactly, Harrison. I cannot believe we hit it. So that was house 190. It took a little bit longer, but I hope it was worth it. So now, I am going to go back to the place. I'm going to deal with my bamboo first, though, I guess. So, lots of bamboo. Slowly crafting itself together. Actually going to cause me a problem soon. In fact, maybe I should deliberately stop the problem by filling this up on purpose. I can't actually... I don't think you can deliberately overfill this. The moment you overfill it, it like crafts itself. If you bring like 40, okay, here's what we do. Here's how we just turn this off for now. Okay, there we go. Okay, it should lock itself on. Oh no, it's not working, chat. I thought I did something so clever. Oh. Yeah, there we go. And now when we unfill that slot. Yeah, there we go. We locked it. Perfect. Just so that we can, you know, just in case. I actually think it's more efficient to just turn bamboo straight into sticks. But you can do it with fewer inventory slots the other way, so it's still worth doing then. But let's just, for now, throw this in. This farm needs to be updated and working and do some stuff. Okay, so now we have to go all the way back to our village. And we have to build the last... So we're at 190. 15 houses now. 205 LongBois sold. Let's make this happen. So, I am very, very, very tired, chat. It's 11:35. I am gonna grab something here. I'm gonna grab some birch, and I'm gonna make a lovely birchwood house. I think the village needs that. I feel like there were never birchwood houses, and so someone needs to make sure there is some now. And so we're gonna do it. The more LongBoi solve, the longer I have to stay awake. I've got a Let's Play I've got to finish tomorrow. I'm really excited about it. Okay, let's go through the tunnel. My will to stay focused. Oh, what is this? There's just a shulker box hanging out here? A bunch of stone in this one. Should I just leave that, or should I... What's over there? Is there an ancient city over there? That's what that means, right? Interesting. Okay, I really messed this one up, but it's fine. I'll just fly through it. Eventually find my way home. So yeah, this is my solution to the idea that I waste too many fireworks when I go to and from the village. I kind of solved it by going to the Nether recently. But yeah, so I set this entire tunnel up. It just doesn't work. It's too long of a distance to do with an elytra. But the theory was that I could go there underground, and then I could just fix it with a bit of a height boost later. The way more efficient way to solve this same problem, if you're thinking about it right now, I think about this a lot, chat, about this mistake. I think about this a lot, chat. And the thing that I realize a lot is I should have just built the tunnel, built this in the middle of the air, and then flown through the air. Then I wouldn't have to build a tunnel. My life would be so much easier. And think about how many fireworks I just wasted doing that anyway. It would have been easier, it would have been more effective, and it would have been a lot. Remember the member icon community poll, by the way. Oh yeah, that is one we should do. Can you do it, Harrison? Actually, we have 2 new icons. We've got to pick between. Okay, let's build house 191 here. Yeah, I'm just done, chat. I haven't correctly. The stream was due to start a lot earlier, and then some stuff happened. I had to make a video, and I am also, your chest full of logs is beautiful, very colorful. Thank you very much. I'm not doing a good job of keeping this together, chat. I'm not doing a good job at all. I'm trying my best though. Okay, so we'll throw emeralds in here, and we'll put some birch logs in here. We'll get some Fletchers in this village, I imagine. It'll be nice. So then we put some logs here, and then we put a log up here, and we put, what happened there, chat? That's okay. Whatever happened, I didn't see it. And we put a log over here, and we put another log over here. Isn't this looking wonderful, chat? Isn't this whole house looking just the most wonderful you've ever seen? Sure, I'll sort it out soon. You don't actually have to. Also, I remember that time Toycat promised to make 1,000 desert wells. I think we're good, though. I think we have got this. I feel like houses gives me the range to do big houses, small houses, medium houses, all houses. I feel like we're fine. I feel like we got it. Okay. Birch plank time. Okay, just make a little thing over here. Good to see you, by the way, Pat. It was any tip over $10 got a desert well, and it was chaos. Yeah. I feel like that's a good type of chaos. It's a chaos I would invite into my life. And I think if we were going to do it again, I'd be like, okay, we're going to make sure we get this done this time. And so I feel like, to learn from it correctly here, we're going to get this done this time. So this is house 191, chat. And so we sold another LongBoi in this time. Happily, I like that there are more LongBois sold. We're on the road to 400, chat. I cannot stress to you how important it is to me to hit 400. If the end of this week comes... Wait, how long is there left on this? The LongBoi... 8 days left. If next week comes and it's looking bad, then it'll be a thing. They got to pick the block as well, and they were signed. Oh, yeah, that was the... I feel like that was a pricing problem. I feel like it sounds really... I think you've just got to be like, here is the default way things are done. You know, every tip makes the stream longer, but if you want something special, here's the way you can do that too. Whereas the way we kind of did that was, like, very chaotic. And I think it even upset people, because it sounds like it's a good thing to say, yeah, and people get to pick their own blocks. But then people are upset, like, oh, I only get to pick from these blocks, but I want it to be made out of diamond blocks, Toy Cat. Or, you know, even if it's a reasonable suggestion, it's like, well, where am I going to find that? I don't even know. So, yeah, this is another house for my lovely little row. I think it looks great. And I hope that villagers will choose to live there. I paid Toy Cat to make the desert well out of cactus, says Des and Confused. And the fun thing is, you can probably still see that desert well from here. Can you see the desert well area from here? I don't know that you can. I'm salty that I paid $100 for a desert well and didn't get 28 candles, but oh well. Oh well. You know, the candles... I feel like, okay, what we gotta do is next time, we gotta be like, okay, and then we'll work out the things that we... I think everything needs to be practical. We need to work out, like, the craziest case scenario, and then be like, okay, how many hours does the stream have to be if the craziest case happens? And can that be reached? Or even just, like, start the stream earlier in the day to counteract it. Next time we do pay to win, I think that's how we do it. I want it to be a fun experiment, though. I do have it in my mind that as a viewer, you should have fun regardless of whether or not you tip. Seeing the social phenomenon happen is very interesting in its own right, I think. And so that's the thing I want to aim for, and am going to aim for. Wait, is stream finishing, says Xavier? We're only on 191. The good news is I am prepared. Okay, not with andesite. Actually, let's use andesite. Let's go fancy interiors for this next bit. I've got some extra birch wood and some extra bamboo planks. Let's build some nice houses. Let's build the premium quarter, chat. You know, this is the small single family home area. Everyone loves a small single family home, apparently. Let's build the premium quarter behind this. This is where stylish accommodation can exist. And so, I think we're going to have to build the roofs for all this area. But I think we can do a great job. So, right now, if we were to build walls here, we'd make 1 by 1 size areas. It'd be kind of small, right? And if we remove every other door, we make 3 wide areas, which is a bit too big. So what we instead do is we remove every 3rd door. And then with the remaining 2 doors, we build a space that goes like this. Yeah. Wait. This makes no sense. Yeah. Oh no, that's terrible. Okay, how do you divide this space into 2 rooms? Into 2... You know, I do feel... Okay, so maybe someone gets the front, someone gets the back. So this is one, and then this is the other. No, that's not a solution either. Okay, maybe it's just everyone's too wide. And then the way you do that kind of easily. Okay, if everyone is too wide, it just means you got to move the door spacing slightly differently. But that's how you get the most efficient housing for your buck, right? That's how we can go from 191 to 206 if we needed to very quickly. And that is what we're going to do then. Okay. So we need a bunch of stone still. Okay. There we go. We're in now. It's happening. And then I think we should pick a fun colored wool to make this all from. So this is the first apartment. So this is 192, 193. This will be 194. And we only have to adjust every third wall. 195, 196, 197. Lovely corner apartment. This is going to be a big one. We've got to make this huge. Is this 197 or 198? 198, I think it would be. This is 199. And we're out of polished andesite. My idea has fallen apart. But we're going to just grab some more. And we'll get all the way apartment-wise up to 206. Yeah, trying to track it all was a nightmare. Lots of people tipping below the amount to request the block, but still requesting, or more confusingly, tipping the difference to request the block after the fact. Yeah, I think we should write a list of rules and make them very clearly next time. Actually, you know, okay, here's the thing, chat. Can we have if we had a little discussion about the philosophy of death earlier. So hopefully we can have a discussion about the one thing that's even more serious, rules. I think that this is one of the hardest discussions genuinely to have. Because the way rules feel bad basically always. Rules are more or less a imposition, right? No one is ever excited for rules. And so, if you know, the way we explained it for, okay, so to clarify, the last time we did a pay-to-win stream was, I think it was over a year ago now, and the way we set it up was every single time, if you tip more than $5, we'll build a desert well. If it's more than $10, we'll build it with a sign for you. If it's $25, it's like personalized. It was basically that, and we pinned the rules. We pinned the rules in the chat too, so we made them clear, right? But then we didn't have all the edge cases covered in the same way that a lawyer might. So if you go to a law firm, they'll be like, what about if someone pays... So someone did pay $2 and then paid $3 afterwards. Is that a desert well? If someone pays $5 for a desert well, but then later wants a sign, if they pay another $5, is that another desert well? Or is that a desert well with a sign? And you've got to remember which desert well was theirs perfectly, so you can... You know, if you want to... Every single edge case needs to be considered. And so you can either... You can blanket rule and say, oh yeah, if that's at my discretion. At some point, if the tip didn't come all in one amount, and if it was under the amount or whatever, it's just a free bonus. People do that all the time. You know, people have tipped on this stream without any expectation of a desert well being built for them. So if you don't tip under those circumstances, it will be considered a normal tip, and that will be just fine, right? So yeah, that's like, the thing about rules is if you write rules with mean clauses, they can they're still, you know, they're enforceable or whatever in any meaningful sense of that word. But that doesn't mean that they feel good, and that doesn't mean that it's a good thing to want. So this is going to be a good place to stop here, I think. Okay, so this is a door. Has to go. Replace it with these. We have to go to sleep too. I'm going to lose villagers if I don't. I don't know where I lose the villagers, but I know I do lose them. People paying for a sign, but not saying what they want on it. Yeah, that's another example. People would tip the largest amount, wouldn't clarify what type of desert well they wanted, wouldn't clarify what they wanted on a sign. So I think you've got to say, the easiest way to do this correctly is you say, X dollars gives you the right to choose one. Anything less is not the right to choose that. You know, like, I hate to say it, but if we're selling a product for $25 and you choose to spend $16, that isn't enough for the thing. If you want the higher priced item, then you can pay for the higher priced item. But you know, like there's all sorts of like things you have to think about on the inside of it. We have to create a door for this thing over here. Okay, so we'll place stone there, and then this can be the door for it. Perfect. Then we remove that, and then we have to move this stone over there a little bit. It all works out in the end. You make some very weirdly shaped apartments, but then Mystic Premium Corner Unit gets to have an even nicer apartment. What's not to love over here? Door works great. Door works great. Door is missing. Door works great. Door doesn't work great. Remove it. Replace some stone there. Door works great. And that's the end. Okay. So this one needs to be turned into something. We'll just have normal stone. Just something real boring. It's not meant to be anything exciting. And then this one needs to have... Oh, we didn't ever solve this problem. I guess they could have an extra wide unit. With a little divider wall before their bathroom. Yeah, this is a 2-room apartment right here. Ooh, look how fancy they get to live. So yeah, I think that's how we have to do it, chat. And I don't know how to easily communicate that with people. But I guess it's like, it's the choice, right? You get to, if anyone chooses to go above and beyond that, we can try and like say like, oh, okay, well, how about this? Or try and negotiate with them. I think that's the easiest way. But is the easiest way the right way, right? Because then that's me making my convenience a priority. What if someone genuinely does get confused and they hear $15 and they think, oh yeah, $13, and then later they're like, oh, that wasn't right. I want to fix this. I think it's an eternal problem you have in anything that is, I guess anything that's services based, right? And in a way, this YouTube live stream is services based. And if you had to describe it as something, it's not goods. You know, but in goods and services, it's certainly not goods. So this is 192. This is 193, 194, 195, 196, 197, 198, 199, 200, 201, 202, 203, 204, 205. We have to have a 206, but once we finish this with its necessary ingredients and such, we should be good to go. So obviously they don't have a roof right now. That's something I can fix. I've got a bunch of oak planks, and I can make that into something more valuable. Chat, we have our 206 apartments sorted. I don't even think they're apartments. I think these are like, what would you call them? Row houses, townhouses. Yeah, I think we got something lovely out of it. So throw the lead on the ground. But like rules are a weird thing, because don't you hate when like something happens really bad, something really unfair, and when you ask about it, people are like, well, if you just read the rules. Like one of the dumbest things is in the UK, when you buy a train ticket, you agree to be governed by an entirely different set of rules. Because the railways have this weird history of being, they're semi-public, right? Unlike other forms of transport, it's not, you know, fully private or fully public. So there's a whole set of bylaws that govern it. And it means stuff like, if you don't have a ticket, it doesn't matter why you don't have a ticket. That is just an offense by itself. Whereas no other business, if you accidentally stuck into a Taylor Swift concert or something, that wouldn't be a crime in itself. The crime might be breaking and entering, or whatever it is, or trespassing. But the crime of just being there without a ticket isn't a bad thing. But it also means all sorts of other weird things like, oh, if you try to go this way or that way, and if you're doing this or doing that wrong. There's all sorts of other additional rules that open up, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I think when people say like, oh, but it's in the rules you agree to, no one knows they're agreeing to all those rules when they buy something. And no matter... The thing about the world is that no matter how well you write the rules, if you want to know every single law for the country you live in, you can look that up, but the majority of us will never choose to do so. Most people's understanding of the law genuinely is what other people have told them. And so that's why you kind of need lawyers at some point, right? Is to actually, where did my quirky block box go? Where did I place it down, chat? Okay, it's over there. Thank God. I'm gonna pick it up, and then I'm gonna put some good stuff into it. Or I'll just put my jungle door down. Yeah, let's just put the jungle door nicely over there. And then we can pick up our wood. Whole 14 blocks of it. Break this, and then we're gonna make a ton of slabs. Hey, 207 sold! We need a new apartment. My understanding of the law is what Toy Cat tells me. That is... okay, so first of all, Diluted Dante, minus 206. Can you put a desert well in there? Cheers, lad. You know Diluted Dante? Yeah, sure. I mean, you did ask nicely. What else can I do? Like, how many people... Like, honestly, even myself, I have never looked at the actual... I'm someone who likes to believe... I try to be as well-informed about most things as I can be. And the way... I'm very, very keen on not breaking laws. I'm terrified, honestly, if a lot of... Like, one of the weird things about running a business, right, is I have income and I have expenses. if I incorrectly understand if something is income or not, that is a very, you know, that's a very serious problem. That is depriving the government of revenue. If I incorrectly understand if something is an expense or not, because so there's weird examples of how, I don't know. There's all sorts of weird things about what is and isn't okay. I can't, if I buy a fun outfit to wear on stream, even if it is exclusively to wear on that one stream, you can't count that as a business expense, for example. But every single person I know, very large YouTubers, the ones that have come up on the stream very recently, all say that they just do it anyway. It is specifically not allowed, but, you know, if they all do it anyway, then is it, you know, is that what I should be listening to instead? You know, I've read the letter of the law, but the letter of the law doesn't usually matter unless you go into a court case about something. And so then you get the real messy, you know, like, it literally is, like, my job. If I wore a silly outfit for a video, if I, you know, the Minecraft hat and stuff like that, I could not claim those on my... But the only reason I know that I can't do that is because I've read it. If I just follow general wisdom, which is business expenses and income of this, it's real easy. There's all sorts of other things too, like, there are... If you actually understand the law, it is terrifying how vague many parts of it are. And we kind of write laws vague on purpose sometimes, so that we can't have people deliberately trying to evade them by knowing exactly how to skirt them to be within the, what's the word, the letter but not the spirit of the law. It's a crazy thing. By the way, we should now have functioning roofs. Look at this. We don't have functioning walls yet, but, you know, one step at a time. Yeah, who are you voting for in the presidential election, says Dixie Dalso. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. Don't be mad at me. I think I'm voting for Kanye West. I've looked at all of the manifesto. Wait, they don't call them manifesto. I've looked at all of the party platforms, and I've realized the only one that truly speaks to me is Kanye. You look at the deficit. No one has any policies besides Kanye. You look at illegal immigration. You know, both parties both claim they're gonna solve it, but I know only Kanye West understands. So yeah, I'm sorry. I am coming out. It's my endorsement right here, right now. You're welcome. When your country is in a much better place. What about Mr. Beast? Oh, okay. Should we talk about YouTubers being presidents? I think it's I think that Mr. Beast is very good at what he does, and that is something that shouldn't be underestimated. But being a master in one field does not make you a master in another, and sadly, politics is a field. I think no matter who you are, it should be definitely not your main point. The big takeaway, no matter what you think about the Trump years, should not be, oh, we need more celebrities to go into politics. You know, unlike Kanye West, who is of course a politician first and a rapper second. I think that being a good entertainment figure and being a good politician have accidentally been the same thing for the last 25 years, maybe. But I think we should have boring people in politics making the laws, and then maybe one exciting guy to tell us about the laws that someone else has made. In theory, that means the president should be a real exciting TV figure, but in reality, people think the president should have all the power. And so under that system, no. And so I think that YouTubers shouldn't be. Okay, so with that said, I've built 206 places now. I just need to build a 207th. Also, nice Dante. So, I have one last house to build. And it's midnight, chat. It's tomorrow. Oh, no. It became tomorrow. I streamed for so long. The day ended. This is my beautiful last house. You know, actually, let's finish this roof once and for all. Okay, so let's just make it all into slabs. Let's finalize the wall here. This is an important one. There we go. Look at this. Lovely little wall on both sides. That is house 207. And then we're gonna finish up this little area here. I think it's been a long time coming anyway. So let's just make it actually come in. Give away to place all the way above these guys' houses. We'll have a little divot down here for no good reason, just for a bit of fun. Then we'll place the rest of the slabs, and that has been today's stream. We have sold 207 LongBois now, chat. That is huge. We can officially ship them. A part of me is a little worried, if I'm being honest. My major goal for a lot of reasons is to get to 400. There is a very big reason why that needs to happen. And so over this next week, we're going to be talking about the LongBoi a lot more. But to the 54 of you who bought a LongBoi today, I have built your houses. Some small, some beautiful, some medium, and some tedium. But this has been a lot of fun, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. And yeah, I'm real excited to see where we end up in a week. But yeah, if you just so you understand where all the plugs are coming from. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Wait, yeah, link down below. LongBoi wants you to do it. I'm gonna go sleep. Good night. Oh, I'm streaming tomorrow, earlier than today. Go check it out. Bye.